Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, to Generations Behind, episode 25. Can you guys believe it? 25 episodes. 25 almost consecutive bi-weekly episodes, not including technical difficulties and me getting sick and dying. We almost were consistent for a year, but we're still going to hit 26 episodes within a year, which is very exciting. To the side of me, Mr. Zach Daily Beating. Zach, how are you today?
I'm doing well. I'm happy to celebrate 1/4 of the way through playing Fallout 3 for episode 100 or whatever the hell we decided on.
I like to imagine you're playing in like 30-minute increments to get there.
Yeah. I'm playing a little bit every week until I get to episode 100. No, I'm doing great.
I'm Craig of Craig's Game Room. I always forget to introduce myself. This is like the third week in a row. But below us,
Who are you?
the luscious slut, Mr. Tyler Haight, Game Collecting Reaper. Tyler, how are you today?
Doing pretty good today, you know. But okay, I'm not gonna do that.
Start
doing
the
pretty
ASMR
good.
channel.
Yeah. Game collecting ASMR. Get to it. Go sub. Doing pretty good.
There is one YouTuber that did that for a while. He made 2 videos. I can't remember his name, but I remember the series was called Sleeping with Pete, and he would show off his games and talk.
That's Pete Dorr. Pete Dorr.
Yes, see, Tyler knows what I'm talking about. Pete Dorr, one of the OG game collecting YouTubers. Shout out to him. He's a great guy.
Would you do like unboxings?
No, he would
like
just kind of like
unboxing?
talk about video games in his collection, but do it all whispering. And he called the video
imagine,
Sleeping with
like,
Pete,
like-
which was very funny.
Like
Yeah, 'cause
unsealing a game real quietly? You know?
People
Ooh,
would
that would be
comment
good.
that they would like fall asleep to his voice because he had a very soothing voice. So he would like do one, but he would talk like really like soft like this, and then through the video, and he'd make them like long videos. And he has
So you
some
can-
cool ass shit, dude.
Yeah,
I
he
met
has
him
an ins- Yeah, if you ever want to see like a truly insane video game collection, check out his YouTube channel. Like not just like games, but like merch. Like I remember he used to always have like this really cool shelf behind him in his videos with just like hundreds of like Mario plushes and shit. It was really cool.
I
He
would love to sleep with Pete, assuming I get consent for that. But
Pete Dorr, if you're out there, hit up our boy. He would like to sleep with you.
yeah, that'd be a cool guest to get on here. I'm not even gonna lie, but
I know, eventually, I think it would be fun if we did some guest stuff. I know for sure we want to have our boy Bird Dog on so we could do our Mario 64 and Sonic Adventure debate because that'll be a fun one. But yeah, I think
trash on Bird. We just team up against him. It's just 3-on-1. We just all trash on him.
even though you don't agree that Sonic Adventure is better.
Just for the game, just for the spirit of the game of going against him.
Aw, poor guy. No, we don't need to do that. We need to make it fair. But this episode today, we're going to be doing some Nintendo hot takes, Nintendo retro hot takes, kind of more Jason specifically. But if we have any hot takes about Nintendo in general, why not? Get each other heated up, get each other to hate each other, get you guys
I
to
misunderstood the
unsubscribe.
topic. Mine are not necessarily retro. I did not understand that was the assignment.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
There's some
retro?
retro in here. There's some retro in here.
well,
That could
I
be
got
that could be my fault. And you know what? Whatever. We're just here to have fun, talk about video games. Next episode, though.
But I mean,
What?
huh? Oh, I said you're doing great. Keep going.
Yeah. So, what the fuck? So next episode
episode.
20. Next episode 26 is going to be Most Wanted Retro Revivals. This was Tyler's idea, so we think that'll be a fun one. Talk about some dead series we'd like to see come back in the modern day. But we also have an audience write-in I want to touch on real quick, which is from Patrick. Says, this is Patrick. When is the Chrono Trigger episode again? I intend to try and play along on my Steam Deck and get at least one of the endings. 27. So 2 episodes from now is going to be Chrono Trigger. It's going to be very exciting. That'll be a nice little anniversary episode for us. I believe the episode goes up 2 days after the airing of the first episode of this show. And that first episode was about backlog sins. And this was the only game that we all were like, yeah, we're ashamed we haven't played this. So we are righting our wrong and experiencing some JRPG goodness. I'm very excited.
As am I.
Thank you. How you boys been? I feel like it hasn't been that long since we talked, but Tyler, what's new with you? Anything exciting?
I mean, new job, still going great.
Hell yeah.
About it, really. New
Zach, how
job.
about you? Anything new and exciting?
actually kind of a big life-changing thing. If you look above me, maybe in frame, you can see it. There's
Oh,
like
he
movement
added
above my
it.
head. I installed a ceiling fan. Here, let's just
That is
fucking-
life changing.
Look at
There
that. I
it
got a
is.
ceiling fan in
Ooh,
here.
it's
Yeah.
purple.
Yeah.
That's
I've been
exciting.
rocking a light bulb hanging from the wires of my ceiling for the last 6 months, and I was like, I should install the ceiling fan. So I did. So
There you go.
because it's getting warmer out of the winter now. So I finally did it. It feels nice. It's nice and
Heck
it's
yeah.
quiet,
Builder in the
so I can
house.
keep it on while I'm recording.
Exactly. It is nice and quiet. The people can't see your glass shelf, unfortunately, but I do know you have some Mario Legos back there. Are you going to get the newly announced Mario Kart Lego?
Of course. And I'm gonna get the Game Boy when that comes out. And I'm still going back and forth. I'm really torn up that I have not bought that Deku Tree yet, but it's $300.
It's literally as much as a Switch.
It's as much as a Switch, and it's like it's not really a 2-in-1. It's like a pick which one you want in
I
one.
hate
Like,
that.
You can't build both of them. If
I
they
mean,
had
the
two of
obvious
them-
choice is Ocarina of Time, but
if they
it is a
if
bummer
they
you
like
can't do
released
both.
a version where it's like even if it was $200, but I could just pick one, I would do it. But the $300 to only have one at a time,
Yeah.
it's a tough sell.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. I thought that was kind of strange, but it is really cool looking.
It
That's
is.
one of those things I just hoping will be like on super sale one day for some reason, because I would love to have the Deku Tree and the little minifig of Kid Link with his Deku Shield and all that. So fucking cool. So
Dude, what he should have had a freaking thing of milk. That's what he should have had.
the long
Some
milk. There we go. That'd be something cool that I could buy on Etsy like right now. Is like someone that's like made a model of that for like actual like just a
I
drinking
want
glass
a
that looks
Lego,
like it.
a Lego like this big that is just a Lon milk glass.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Long Lawn Ranch, all of our homies down at Long Long Ranch. Boys, what have we been playing? Zach, why don't you go first? What have you been playing? You didn't write anything down, so I don't know what you've been playing.
I'm kind of busy, but so I'm still like on the modern side. I'm still working through Monster Hunter and Avowed. I won't talk about those much more because I talked about them last time. I did start Chrono Trigger, and without getting into too much detail, since we did an episode on it, I am enjoying it. I've only played about 2 hours now, but I am having
music.
fun.
The music
Music's
is
so
so
good.
fucking good.
Music's so good.
Wait,
I think
you're actually playing a game that we're gonna do an episode on?
that's true. That's true. Oh, I've watched
No.
a long play of the whole thing already, but I'm starting to play it also.
There you go.
But I have this thing that happens to me. I listened to this playlist on YouTube called 75 minutes of relaxing and calming Nintendo music, and there's like 5 of them, and I love
yeah.
those playlists
And
so
they're all
much.
great.
And I slowly, like every once in a while, like I probably know like 2/3 to 3/4 of the songs on there through just exposure throughout my life. And every once in a while, I'll get a song I have never played the game of. I'm like, I wonder what that's from. And then it happened to me while I was playing like Pikmin the first time. Like
Me
the
too.
song like
The
that came
same thing.
and then Paper Mario Thousand Year Door one showed up, and then I just got another one while playing Chrono Trigger. It's the Woods music.
Oh yeah.
I heard it. I was like, oh no, I know this song. And I sat there and listened to it. So yeah, Chrono Trigger is a blast. Well, I'll talk about more in a couple weeks, but I'm having fun. Also on the retro side, I'm playing on NSO Mario's Picross.
Oh,
I
new
love me
edition.
I love me some Picross, and for Mario Day this year, they spoiled us with Mario's Picross and Donkey Kong 94. So, two pretty good games. And if you like Picross, try it out. If you've never tried Picross, good bedtime game. So try that out on a NSO.
Yeah, I've never played Picross before
Hmm.
of any kind. I've always been curious about it.
Best puzzle game there is. Best puzzle game there is. It's so good.
I should check it out. I know there's the Twilight Princess version on 3DS, so I think that'd be a fun one to check out. Tyler, what the fuck you been playing?
Me? What the fuck have I been playing? I've been playing Monster Hunter Wilds. I picked that up. Beat the main story. Waiting on Zach to catch up so we can do some high rank quests. Enjoying that. Running some dual blades, making it like a hack and slash, like I'm Kratos killing these monsters.
Hell yeah.
That's been pretty fun. Other than that, also got WWE 2K25. My friend Matt and his girlfriend and her friend all pitched in to get me the Bloodline edition, so I got it like
Oh,
7 days early because it officially comes out tomorrow, last Friday from when you're watching this. But yeah, haven't been having fun with that. I made the only Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern show. He is downloadable in there, so if you get the game, look up hashtag Beetlejuice and you'll find him.
Perfect.
Download them. I'm up to 44 downloads, and I don't remember how many upvotes, but he's like on page 300 out of 4,000. So I'm doing something.
Making a name for yourself in 2K25.
I am. I went hard on that. Yes, Zach.
Tyler, I say this with nothing but love and admiration. And all I want is for you to have fun and be happy. And I never want to judge people on the games they play, and never makes you happy. But you play the most degenerate shit sometimes. First, it's SpongeBob Tower Defense. Now it's the Howard Stern Show WWE download character. I was like, I made
the character, but
I get it.
Yeah.
No, I'm happy. That's great.
I didn't show you my actual custom character that I'm using.
I never know what you're gonna say. Is what I'm getting at. Whenever you talk about what you're playing, you're like, what's he gonna say?
Thank you. Well, I'm glad I could be that kind of joy in your life that has a mystery and it's always surprising to you. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not surprised at all. Actually, this seems totally on brand.
Thank you. See,
well, yeah, maybe not surprised that it's always I never know what thing it's gonna be.
Yeah. Like, I don't know the exact term for that when I'm reaching for, but I'm glad I could delight you with what I've been playing. So yeah, been doing that.
Who else are you gonna make? Who's next? Who's next on the list? Well, that's
the first and guy I ever made in a WWE game. What, Zach?
Can I get an Uncle Grimacy skin? Could you make one of those?
I mean, I already downloaded a Grimace. I could probably just turn him green and then.
Yeah, I'd like an Uncle Grimacy, please.
Because what I did was I made a Royal Rumble with a whole bunch of downloaded superstars. I had Ronald McDonald, Grimace in there. I had Queso. I had Deadpool. Deadpool won the whole thing.
At the Waffle House, I remember.
Yeah, I had it was a 30-man Royal Rumble. I had 30 downloaded superstars. But yeah,
have either of you guys had a Shamrock Shake yet this year?
I had 2.
I'm embarrassed to say I have not. I have not had one yet.
You're letting Uncle Grimacy down.
I'm this big of an Uncle Grimacy fan, and you don't even
You're not even supporting his cause.
I'm waiting for them to release the Uncle Grimacy video game so I can get a speedrun world record of it.
Which, by the way, Zach, going back to what you were saying before about me playing SpongeBob Tower Defense, they're adding the news reporter to that game. The one fish guy, not the fish head.
I'm alive.
No, not that one. That one's already in the game. The actual dude. I don't remember his actual name.
Yeah. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
There you go. That was way bottom.
Yeah.
That was good.
Thanks. Yeah, that was actually a voice thing, but yeah, it wasn't actually me. But anyway, other than that, also been playing Repo. It's kind of like a game on Steam, just came out on early access February 23rd, 6th, something around there, late February. And it's kind of like Lethal Company. If you ever played Lethal Company, kind of like you go to the different stages, you go in, there's different creatures that'll try to kill you. But in this one, you pretty much get a cart. Well, there's no humans left alive, except the guy that you're working for. And you're pretty much as robots at 6-player co-op. You could say dumb shit, do dumb shit. But grab a cart, you go find different valuables in the world. You extract them for money. You get a tax return. You use that money in the next level. Well, in between every level, there's a shop. You can get power-ups, upgrades. You can get a gun. You can get all this random stuff. And then you just keep moving up. Gets harder because of different kind of creatures that you find and stuff. And there's this one guy. So it has voice detection. And there's this one guy that's blind. So you can't talk when you're near him. So I got into a corner. And then my friend said something. And I ended up laughing. And then this man just turned at me and shot me with a shotgun. And then I died. And then...
So it has the proximity chat with your friends?
Yeah.
Dude, proximity chat's the coolest feature in games these days.
It is the best thing. I like that's really becoming a mainstay in a lot of this multiplayer stuff.
Yep.
Then I ended up getting revived, and then right when our friend Hector revived us, I went to this corner because this blind guy was coming again. I was like, shit. He went to turn, and his freaking blind walking stick hit me so that he sensed me, and he shot me again. And then I died right away again. And then, guess what? Next time I got revived, it happened again. That was some bullshit. But besides that, game's fun. It's only $10. So, I mean, it's definitely great to play for 6-player co-op. $10. But
seems like a good time.
Yeah, there's tons of videos going around about it because I feel like it's going to be one of those games that get pretty popular. But
definitely. It'll be the next Lethal Company.
Yeah. But it's been good.
I
That's
really
all
want
need.
us to all get back on the Marvel Rivals train. We did not play that together enough.
That was
I
fun.
played it one
We were all
night,
playing.
bought the battle pass, never played it again.
Yeah, I played it with you the one night. I think I played it with Tyler twice, and then after I played it with all you guys, I was like, oh, it's not as fun playing it alone, so I haven't really picked it up again. But we all need to play it out tonight, so I'm gonna
Hey, let me know, man.
gonna be MIA this weekend. I'm gonna be in the middle of the ocean, but when we get back, we'll have to play in something. So we don't play enough games together, unfortunately. We talk a lot
That's
of games,
true.
but we don't play enough games together. Because even Monster Hunter Wilds, I'm like, man, I'd love to get that and play that with you guys too, just because the only time I ever really played Monster Hunter and enjoyed it was when I played with other people. So I don't know if I'd
I mean,
enjoy
if
it.
you
or
got
really
it, you'd
enjoy
probably
much.
play with me before Zach plays it with me because he'd been saying he was going to play with me and he never did.
I
But
told you I was busy this last couple weeks. I'm still in like chapter 2 of the main story. So
How many chapters are there?
3.
Good. Oh, okay.
There's
So you're
great.
almost there.
Okay, so maybe I'm further than I think.
Well, there's
Yeah.
technically 6, but for the main story, it's 3, and then like the other 3.
Yeah,
are
to like roll credits or whatever. Yeah, it's
yeah.
okay.
Until you
The
get to,
only
like,
Monster
Iron
Hunter
Man
game.
Deluxe.
Yeah, I think the only Monster Hunter game I put like a decent amount of time into actually is Monster Hunter Stories on the 3DS. So underrated
Is
game.
it like a turn-based game?
Yeah, it's more
Yeah.
like a Pokemon kind of clone, but it's actually pretty neat. So
On
Has
the
really cool
PlayStation
style.
now, too.
yeah,
How
they
does
did
it-
put it on modern consoles, which is cool. So I thought about getting it that way just because it seemed like it'd be a fun game to go for the platinum trophy for. But I haven't even looked, and I just know it's like a probably 200-hour platinum because it seems like that kind of game.
I think it would be that long.
I don't know. Sometimes just 100%ing any kind of Pokemon-esque game obviously just takes a while. So
Speaking of that, I seen this person that posted like this thing for Monster Hunter Wilds, and it was like he had like 130 or 150 hours in the game, and he was like, this Monster Hunter ain't that great. There's not a lot of content to do. I'm like, bro, you spent
yeah, like you got
150
130 hours out of it.
like
Man.
give it a chance.
Been out for a week.
Yeah, like bro.
My brother in Christ
you-
take a shower.
Yeah, how'd you get that much time anyway?
I was gonna say, how many hours are there in a week? Not many more than
What,
130. I don't think.
168? 168, I think. So it's like,
It went
goddamn.
hard. It went hard. It's like, bro,
He's-
stop complaining.
Capital.
I guess
He's a
it's almost been 2
gamer with a
weeks,
capital
yeah.
G.
Well, yeah.
It's better than I'll say that much. All right, what I've been playing. So, as you all know, Dreamcast setting it up in my life. So I played through some Dreamcast games. I played through some arcade runs of Dead or Alive 2, which was fun. I've never actually played a Dead or Alive game, so that was kind of interesting. I just kind of know Dead or Alive is the booby physics game, and that stands true for Dead or Alive 2. Lots of wiggling and jiggling, but actually a very fun and well-crafted game. Looks really, really good, too. Just
Playing,
so
for
much
the,
of...
playing for the game mechanics, right?
Yeah,
Just like the
exactly.
mechanics.
I never
Yeah, the mechanics.
I never played the older Dead or Alives. I really only played 5, from what I remember. And I remember in 5 there was actually a setting to like change how much the tits moved. Is that the same setting in like 2 or like?
I don't know. I didn't look.
No, dude, the top setting in 5 it was like
The number one.
no, like the top one was called like oh my god, like
That's
OMG,
funny.
and them shits went fucking
Stupid.
Flip that. There you go. There's a YouTube short.
There you go. I think I have Dead or Alive 5 because that one's on Vita, right? Or am I thinking of a different Dead or Alive?
I think it
99% sure. Yeah, look at your shelf real quick. But yeah, I played that, had a good time. Not too much to say, but had a good time. There it is, yeah.
5
Always
plus.
in
5
reach.
plus.
It says all the DLCs. That's more titties to jiggle.
There you go. Always within arm's reach. Then I also played Zombie Revenge. Do either of you guys know about this game?
That was my first ever Dreamcast game I owned when I bought a Dreamcast.
Was it really?
Yep.
How funny.
My guess was going to be a sequel to Plants vs Zombies.
Which, by the way,
A
this
sequel to the game that didn't come out for another 11 years.
has touch controls. So
Oh,
you know.
perfect. Good to
of
know.
course it does.
So Zombie Revenge is really cool. It is a spin-off of House of the Dead, basically. First-party Sega game. But basically what it is if House of the Dead, instead of it being a rail shooter, was a beat-em-up. A 3D beat-em-up. So you're fighting zombies, you could kick and punch and all that, but you also have guns that you could pick up, and some zombies have guns for some reason, so you could pick up their guns and shoot them with that. But very cool game. Not really any branching paths of any kind. There's like secret rooms you can find across the way. extraordinarily hard, even on the easiest difficulty setting. Extraordinarily hard. But I had a really good time with it. I hate to use the term because I feel like it's overused, but it is kind of like a hidden gem for the Dreamcast. I don't think a lot of people know about it or have played it, so definitely worth playing and picking up. I think the physical's only like $50, but it's also, very easy to pirate Dreamcast games, whether you do it physically or just emulate them. So this is a game I would definitely recommend if you're either a House of the Dead fan or a fan of beat 'em ups, just because it's a cool kind of combination. Yes, sir?
I was just gonna ask, I'm curious with the zombies shooting. Do they shoot like a zombie would shoot, just kind of like, or do they actually like aim and shoot at you?
Oh no, it's like they're not zombies all of a sudden when there's a shotgun.
Okay,
in
so
his
they're not
hand.
just
It's
like
wild.
kind of just like shooting in a direction.
Yeah.
They actually aim at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but cool game. Very fun soundtrack. It has the same amount of like cheesy voice acting and stupid dialogue as in a House of the Dead game. So very, very good time. Happy you know this one, Tyler. It's a fun game. I feel like it's definitely underrated.
Real quick, back to when you were saying like how easy it is to like pirate games on Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Remember when I first got a Dreamcast and I was told like, yeah, you can just take a blank CD and burn something on it, we'll read it. I was like, what? And then like, there's so many mods people made of like Streets of Rage, dude. I found one where it was like Ed, Ed, and Eddie Streets of Rage, and like every enemy was blank.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
No, yeah, so shout out to the Dreamcast. Shout out to Zombie Revenge. Check it out if you haven't. And then I also played another beat 'em up, TMNT Arcade. As a lot of you may know, the Cowabunga collection is free on PlayStation Plus this month if you have a PlayStation Plus account for your PlayStation. And it is a collection that has 13 retro Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games, which is really cool. I think we talked about it last episode. I have very little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles experience in my personal life. Only thing I've ever experienced with it was that Mutant Mayhem movie from a few years ago, which I thought was great. Loved it. Absolutely gorgeous art and animation style. But now I played the TMNT arcade game. Had a very good time with it. A lot of the stuff that's in it, I don't understand. I'm like, oh, is this a character from the cartoon? Is this original to the game? Stuff like that. I have no idea. But it was just kind of... It's hard to describe, it's a beat 'em up, so it just kind of is what it is. But, really good art, really good animation, good, fun, punchy sounds, had a really good time with it. And then I also played another TMNT game, Follow the Foot Clan, which is a Game Boy game, just kind of like a side-scrolling, I wouldn't even really say it's a platformer, because you really just kind of run back and forth and whack enemies, and that's kind of it. It's very simple, very basic, but I thought it had some pretty fun sprite work. I thought the music was okay, passable for, a Game Boy game. But I enjoyed it. It was, a good 30-minute time killer, like most Game Boy games are. So I would say that's worth playing, honestly, just because it's kind of a fun little digestible game, so to say. And then the last game, like Zach over here, Chrono Trigger, I'm about 4.5 hours in. Having a very good time so far, and I'm excited to keep going. I'm going to bring my 3DS with me on my cruise that I'm taking. So when I have some downtime, I'll be playing some Chrono Trigger, and I'm looking forward to that while I hang out by Guy Fieri's Burger Shack on the cruise ship.
Ooh.
So I know. I'm so excited.
Noah Burgers downwind from some burgers playing Chrono Trigger. Look at the ocean. Man.
Is there anything better than that? This is what life is about.
That's pretty much what you live for right there.
And
I know.
You guys know on brand I'm going to start the game last and I'm going to finish it first, just so you know.
Yeah,
that's also
probably.
true. And I would like to say shout out to us. I think it's fun we're all playing different versions. DS for me. Zach, you're playing on Steam Deck, right? And then Tyler's going to be playing on Super Nintendo, so kind of fun that we're all playing a different version too. I could drop DS at any time and play the iOS version, so don't threaten me with a good time.
You should at least give some, the first 2 hours of impressions of the iOS version.
That's the best part that I already have. I have 3 hours on an iOS save file from a few years ago.
Well, there
I
you
just
go.
never finished it. So
We can already talk about it then.
Exactly. So one of us needs to take one for the team and play some of the terrible PS1 version. So
We could do it on
It's just
the
load times, I guess.
podcast.
It's
yeah, it
just-
has load
yeah,
times in between every battle, and it's like it's not supposed to. So
Uh,
that'd be super
I
frustrating.
can already see how bad that is from the little I've played.
Exactly, because it's like the battles are seamless. So
Now,
to have to-
does it go to black screen loading, or is it just stop?
I
for a
don't know
second?
actually. So I haven't seen. I've just heard the horror tales. So But yeah, been playing some good stuff, having a good time being a video gamer, so to say. But why don't we go ahead and show some of our recent gaming pickups? Tyler, you go first. Why not? What you got?
So,
Oh, show off your shirt while you're at it, because I'm in love with your shirt.
all right,
It's so cool.
boom. Let me get this wire out of the way.
Some beautiful golden axe action for those of y'all that are listening
That
to
is an
audio
awesome
only.
shirt.
I gotta say, Death Adder just has like an inherently awesome design. He just always looks sick. One of the
And
one
that
of the
name
best
is
character
cool.
designs.
Death
Yeah.
Adder. Like,
Yeah, he's definitely just one of the best characters Sega has ever come up with. Period.
shame the game sucked.
You're
So
not wrong.
they
Roasted.
were okay. That's a hot
I-
take. No, I'm kidding.
I enjoyed
Sega
them
take.
I enjoyed them enough for what they were. I don't want to dwell on that. I don't want
I
to dwell on
didn't.
that.
But anyhow,
The third one sucked. I'll say it.
Yeah, third one is kind of
Ass.
good.
We
But
should play the new one together when it comes out. Sorry.
That would
if
be
that's
fun.
co-op, we definitely should.
Yeah.
Oh, I just fucking dropped something. Oh no,
Ah.
okay, we're good.
You
We're good.
idiot.
We're good on brand.
On brand.
So, birthday was last month. Got some gifts that I didn't get to show up before.
Happy late birthday.
Thank you. So buddy Christian, Bird Dog Gaming, he sent me two things. I'll show off this one first. Engage, Tony Hawk Pro
Hell yeah.
Skater. Remissions got announced. Well, 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Now I got this one on the Engage. It's probably better because everything on the Engage is better. I'll find out once I complete the set because that's when I'll buy an Engage.
I love that you're committing to that. That's so funny.
And then he got me this really cool Tommy Sonic pinball.
Oh, what the heck?
I have
That's
never
super
seen
cool.
this in my life. And he said he tested it. It works, but he didn't ship batteries because he didn't know if you could ship batteries. It takes
If anything, if you lie, I mean,
and D batteries. So, well, no, I know he played it because this had a score on it, and then you just press this and you reset it. So,
Now, for all we know, he sucks so bad he got 0 across the board.
well, yeah, it said, I don't remember what it said, but yeah, he had something on there.
Nice.
But,
That's really cool.
yeah. So I got that. That was pretty neat. Definitely got to get the batteries. Check that out.
Hell yeah.
This is like a little display thing I'll show as well. Jonathan got me this thing, a little Gengar sign.
Oh, that's
I mean,
fun.
It's my second favorite Pokemon. My first is Ghastly, but that's pretty cool. It's like a little
That's
USB thing. You can like light it up. I put that at
oh,
I put it at my office at my new job, so that'd be kind of neat. Patrick, moving on to him, got me this also Zelda sign.
Ooh,
that-
fun.
Little letter. You can see Craig in it. Look at that.
Hey, it's me.
But yeah, another thing. 'Cause I was like, oh, I can get stuff for my office, and then they like bought me stuff for my office. So okay,
Hell yeah.
that works. Also Patrick got me the Suikoden
Ooh.
1 and 2
cool.
remaster. Definitely want to play
definitely-
those.
Yeah, I want to pick that up.
I
talking-
wasn't sure if I wanted to play it or not, but then X Button Game made a video, and now I'm like, well,
I was just about to mention him. I was
Yeah,
like,
that was-
he's like
yeah, chat-
all over this. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Shout out to X Button Gaming. That was a great video.
Cross Button
come
Game,
on.
excuse me.
yeah, Crossbone Gaming. Then Jason got me a little mini me. He got
Oh, hell yeah.
another thing.
Got
Got a
the
little
Tom
Berry.
That's awesome.
You know, I want to do a cosplay as him one day. I feel like that'd be fucking great.
That would be fun.
It would be perfect. I feel like.
But you have to commit. Like, you have to paint your entire body green and put in yellow contacts.
And shave your head.
And shape.
I'm not shaving my head. That's the
Well-
one thing I will not do. The hood will cover it. We'll just put it all back.
Okay, sure, yeah.
But that'd be pretty fun. That'd
Not
be a good
shaving
one.
my head. That'd be cool to do it like too many games or something. But and then lastly, I mean, I talked about it. I was playing it, Monster Hunter Wilds.
Oh, you got the fancy edition.
Yeah.
That's pretty clean looking.
And yeah, that's all I got. I think.
That's all you got. Zach,
Bro,
what you got?
I got 2 games. I'm also collecting for an odd set like Tyler.
Hell yeah.
I'm collecting for the Virtual Boy, and I got 2 games. they came in one order. It was like a buy one get one, and the first one is the cheaper one. I got a Virtual League Baseball.
Nice.
It's a Virtual Boy baseball game. If you look on the back, you
Sealed.
can see, yeah, there, and it's sealed. It's got the tab and everything, and it will
Beautiful.
not be sealed for much longer. This will be unboxed or unsealed. I'll let it out of its plastic
You're
prison.
gonna
as
record you
people say.
unboxing it, right?
Of course, of course.
Okay.
But no,
You gotta monetize that.
of course. And then the other one I got, which is what I was actually buying. I bought this game, and Virtual League Baseball came with it. But I got 3D Tetris,
Hell yeah.
which was I like Tetris a lot. Like honestly, I think Tetris Effect Connected is like one of my favorite games. Top 25 maybe. I love that game. So I love playing Tetris, but like I didn't know much about 3D Tetris. This game is very odd.
It looks
is
so
literally-
weird.
It's so weird. I want to play it and see how it actually feels to play. But this game costs more than I thought it would. And for being Tetris, it's pretty expensive. But
Everything's low
I'm happy
print
to
on
have
a console that didn't sell. So
that's true. That's true.
It's like
Yeah,
half
that's
the
all I got
game
this week.
library. Can't find shit.
all right. So I have a decent amount of stuff. 3 of these games I forgot to show last episode, so I already had these, but I wanted to show them off. Test Drive 6, some Dreamcast. Got quite a bit more Dreamcast again. Monaco Grand Prix for Dreamcast. And Iron Aces for the Dreamcast. And then one Xbox game, just because every time I see an older-ish game at an actual GameStop, I think is fun. And I like to kind of pick them up when I see them. And I got Blinks, the Time Sweeper for Xbox. A game I wish that I liked. I really don't enjoy Blinks, but it is a first-party Xbox title exclusive to the console. A dead franchise, so I thought it'd be cool to have that.
Is there a universe where Blinks is the Xbox mascot?
Definitely.
Where Blinks is like really successful and they just make Blinks games?
Yeah, same universe where it's a good game, so
Sure. Yeah,
it's
that's
just not our
probably-
universe,
That's the
unfortunately.
prerequisite.
Next up, it's so funny because I don't know why this game is priced as $16.77 plus tax, but Final Fantasy Origins on the PS1, so this is Final Fantasy 1 and 2. Pretty clean copy. I love Final Fantasy 1 and 2, so I didn't have it. Figured it'd be cool to have. This was from a new game store that opened in town called Mana Games, so shout out to them if you live in the Las Vegas Henderson area. Always go support your local game stores. Next up, got some more Dreamcast goodies, but this is kind of best for last thing. Got Zombie Revenge, which I just talked about. Very good fun time. We got a weirdly uncommon and slightly expensive first-party Dreamcast game, which is Sega Bass Fishing 2. I don't know why, but it's like if you go on eBay right now, like every listing is like $80 to $100. It's like weirdly expensive for what it is, but I don't know. Super late release, so maybe that's the main reason why.
You were
And
gonna say,
then
like, 50. Damn.
yeah, I got a gift card at work for being Employee of the Month, which is exciting. So I paid
And
none of
that
my
parking
own,
spot? Let's go.
huh?
So end that parking spot. Let's go.
And that parking spot. So they're treating me well. But I wanted to use that to get a Dreamcast game that I didn't want to spend a lot of money on, so I decided to get a game that I know I enjoyed, never beat, but I definitely want to plan on playing and need for the set anyway. Skies of Arcadia.
Let's
Let's
go.
Very exciting. So didn't pay a dime of my own money, which is always feels good to get an expensive game for a good amount of money. And I really enjoyed what I played of this. Long ago on the show, I talked about how I was playing the GameCube version on my Steam Deck. And I haven't gone back to it. I want to, but part of me wants to just start over and play the Dreamcast version because I think that'd be kind of cool. Because I think more people experience the GameCube version of it. If you look online, everyone says that the Dreamcast version is worse because the encounter rate is worse. And apparently, a bunch of speedrunners have tested this, and they found out that the encounter rate's the exact same. It has just been a long-running rumor for many years. So I'm like, oh, and the sound quality of all the music is better in this version, and there are mini games for the VMU that you could play on it. So I'm like, to me, the Dreamcast version actually seems like the better version to go with now. So I think I'm just gonna go with that. The load times are worse than the GameCube version, but I mean, fuck, I played Final Fantasy 1. I'll be fine. So
I'm curious, when they said encounter rates are worse, does that mean they're more common?
yeah, just more frequent.
It's more frequent. Okay.
But It's funny because it was like just yesterday or 2 days ago where I saw this thread on Reddit talking about it, where someone was just like, "Can you guys stop spreading this misinformation? The encounter rate isn't the same, or it is the same between the two games." So I was like, "Fuck it, I might just play the Dreamcast version now because I think that'd be kind of fun to play through a big meaty JRPG on the Dreamcast, especially since there aren't that many JRPGs on the Dreamcast." So
Isn't it crazy to think that game almost like is what we started on?
that's true. That was where the concept of this show came from, was us wanting to do a Skies of Arcadia book club kind of thing. So,
Yep.
so inevitably we'll have to do a Skies of Arcadia episode for sure. So, but that's one that we need time to prepare for because it's a lengthy game for all of us to play through. So we got to plan ahead, kind of like we did for Paper Mario and all that. It's Paper Mario. I think that was about 30 hours too, give or take. Between 25 and 30, if I remember right.
Yeah, 15 of it was chapter 3. But
That's also true. Yeah, spoiler alert, our shared hot take is Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door is extraordinarily overrated.
1,000-year snore.
Whoa! Thousand Year Bore! Tyler. But yeah, that's all I got. So, some beautiful pickups. I lied. I want to show one last thing. Just because I'm so excited to have these. And I did a big trade for them, and they're Pokemon cards, they're not games, but look how fucking gorgeous these cards are. So this is a Galarian Rapidash V. It's absolutely beautiful. I got this really cool Empoleon V. I love this card. And then the big one, the Sylveon EX from Prismatic Evolutions, the most expensive Pokemon card I own.
Should have inserted some Zelda music right there, like.
But yeah, I wanted to show those off just because I'm very excited to own them. The Sylveon I didn't think I'd ever get to own, but I actually paid no money. I just did a bunch of trades for it. So traded Pokemon cards that I was like, I could live without these, and got that instead. So pretty happy with it.
I really hate that Umbreon's my favorite evolution.
Yeah. Yeah, you're unlucky in that way.
'Cause, man, I don't even know what that's going for now, and
It's sitting
God
around.
forbid I run into a Prismatic Evolutions pack.
It's sitting around the $1,500 mark, so which is crazy for a brand new card. Huh?
1,500?
Yeah.
Yep. Is Umbreon just that much more popular than the other evolution? I don't understand.
I really think.
I like Umbreon, but I don't know. Is it that much more?
No, I'm telling you, Umbreon was not that popular until a few years ago. This is like a more recent thing of the Umbreon kind of boom. And I think a big part of it is because of that Moonbreon card from Evolving Skies, where it's like the giant one, like kind of like pawing at the moon. It's a really beautiful card, but that pretty much fucking changed Pokemon forever. The trajectory of that one card is crazy.
Art's so good it broke the game.
Seriously, it's insane. People like that card has always been expensive, but it's like, dude, that card is like not even a decade old. It's like almost $2,000 for a raw copy. It's fucking nuts. It's like it doesn't make any sense. And the best part about it is if you look at like populations, like PSA reports, it's like there's like 10, like I think it was like 10,000, 15,000 plus like graded to PSA 10. So it's like not really that uncommon either. It's just very bizarre, but it's like people just want that card that bad. So
if Pokemon want to piss off the scalpers, they should reprint that card as a promo.
That'd be so funny.
Dude, I would love it, and I would be awesome. All for it.
I don't know if it would work, because I think people would be like, oh, first printing, you know how like people care about first edition.
Yeah, but I'll give it, at least I know it.
That's true.
It's a promo. Like, I just want the card.
That's true. I know, it's and it's funny because it's the set that it came from though is famous for having terrible pull rates, Evolving Skies. But the one time we bought a Evolving Skies ETB back in the day, I pulled the alternate art Sylveon V. So we got lucky the one time I got it because I was like, oh, cool. One of the only cards I actually would have cared to want, so we really lucked out.
That very positive alt art is cool too, but I ain't gonna.
Mm-hmm. But
Pokemon cards is too expensive, right?
They are. Pokemon cards are nuts, and it's stupid. There's a lot of people like buying up every copy of a card on TCG Player and like trying to like manipulate the price. Is crazy right now. Like there's dedicated discords where they're like, all right, everybody buy the Groudon illustration rare from Paradox Rift right now, and then they're gonna see if they could just resell it on boost up the prices. It's crazy that this has been happening. So
yeah.
Shout out to the awful Pokemon card collecting community. These are for children, damn it. I'm children. I want my Pokemon cards.
Go to hell. That's my input.
Die.
Die.
Reprint
Tyler.
them all.
Do you have any history for us today?
I do.
Yay.
All
Trying to
right.
think. You guys need to savor it. This is like, I think, probably the second or third last time you'll ever get a Tyler's history lesson.
Yeah. I'm still thinking we should move on to trivia. I get like 5 questions, and I just ask you and Zach, and we'll see.
And then I fucking kill Zach every time, make him look
I
like
mean-
an idiot.
It might happen, but like I feel like I was talking to Jonathan before we started this. He said that would probably be a good idea. So
We could
Yeah,
do that.
make a game out of it.
That would be
Good.
fun. We could keep track every week.
good.
I'm down for it.
All right.
What you got?
So, history, March 4th, 1999. Bandai released the WonderSwan handheld video game system in Japan. Added their
Hell
video game
yeah.
system in there.
I want
Uh,
only one Wonder Squad game, and that is the port of Clock Tower, just because I think it's so funny that they made that.
you don't want the Klonoa game?
That would be kind of cool too, but I like Clock Tower a lot.
I own 2 WonderSwan games. I own the Klonoa and the like Tekken card game.
Hell yeah. I used to own an Ultraman game for the Wonder
Er-
Swan just because I found it, and I was like, ooh, Ultraman.
Yeah, I only own those 2. I thought I owned 3, but.
Fucking love Ultraman.
Also, March 4, 2008 is when Sony released God of War Chains of Olympus for the PSP. That game's apparently getting pre-made at some point, so that's why I'm throwing that
I've
out
heard
there.
that's a pretty fun one.
Yeah, the PSP games are pretty good. March 5th, 2001 is when Nintendo released Conker's Bad Fur Day for the N64.
Hell yeah.
March 6, 2007 is when Sony released a MotorStorm for the PS3, a racing franchise that was pretty good, and I feel like they should bring back, but
MotorStorm
died.
is fun.
yeah. MotorStorm Apocalypse, it sucks because, like, I need, like, 2 online trophies in it. And,
That sucks. It's gone now, right?
yeah. But now they're starting to bring back all these servers for games, and I think they did it for the first MotorStorm. I'm like, just do it for Apocalypse.
You know, and I was gonna ask that, when people make like these spoof servers to play online, do the trophies work again?
Yep.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
They just
That's kinda-
there's a modding community that just brought back the Killzone servers on PS Vita.
Oh no
You
shit.
can go get those.
Ooh, maybe I should do that. That'd be fun.
Also, March 6, 2011 is when Nintendo released Pokemon Black and Pokemon White for the DS.
I'm
Generation that
excited
Christ
to
we
play
gotta
those.
right?
Yeah, I'm excited to play those. Hopefully for the first time this year. So
March 9th, 2000 is when Nintendo agreed to supply protective sports gloves to American owners of the Mario Party video game for the N64. The Attorney General's Office of New York had complained to the company after hearing many reports about children being injured playing the game. Screw them palms. Screw them kids.
sounds like a skill issue.
Burning holes in your
You
hand.
can't win that tug of war fast enough. And
Yeah, that's on you, buddy.
2004, Konami released Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes for the GameCube. And
Nice.
2008 is when Nintendo released Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Wii.
Nice. Shout
March
out to all the
10th.
Mother 3 representation in that game.
It was a lot. March 10th. Here's a fun one, guys. 2009 in England, the 2009 British Academy of Film and Television Arts BAFTA Video Game Award ceremony is held.
Yes.
So you know we got some
BAFTAs?
winners. All right. So we're going to start at the bottom because the first one's Game of the Year, and we're not going to do that one right away.
Nah.
So, Fellowship Award. Don't know what that is, but it was Nolan
Yeah.
Bushnell. So, there you go.
Oh,
why,
yeah.
why do I know that name? Who is he?
Is it-
Sounds familiar.
He's the winner of the Fellowship Award, the 2009 Baptist.
Yeah, obviously. Come on. Um,
Whatever.
what do you think won for Best Adventure Game 2009?
2009. Would that be Uncharted 2 or 3, maybe?
Ooh, Uncharted 2 is a good guess.
It is a game that has 2 in the title, but it's not Uncharted.
Oh, okay. I was gonna lock that in.
NBA 2K9.
Best Adventure Game?
That court
You're
is big.
adventuring on that court.
White Knight Chronicles 2.
Fable 2.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Damn,
That's
Fable 2
packaged-
was 2009?
Apparently.
Wow, I thought it was way
Best
earlier.
action game.
Best action game.
NBA
Uncharted
2K9.
2.
Fable 2.
Okay.
Artistic achievement.
Uncharted 2.
NBA 2K.
Little Big Planet.
Oh, okay, I
There
like
you go.
Best
Wait, Little
handheld
Big Planet
game.
1? Was that late?
Yeah, I thought Little Big Planet 1 came out way earlier. That was 2009?
I don't know, unless these British run it a little late. I don't know.
They're a few years behind.
They're generations behind, if I may say.
Planet came out in 2008. Little Big Planet came out in 2000. Oh,
Well, if they're
it's
holding
the
this in March
for the
2009.
BAFTAs. Yes, it's for the 2008 games.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, okay.
This changes
So
everything. NBA 2K8.
NBA 2K8. Yes, correct.
So, best handheld game.
It's gonna be a DS game. 2008.
Chrono Trigger DS.
Elite Beat Agents.
I
Professor
hope so.
Layton and the Curious Village.
We'll take it.
Best technical achievement.
Little Big Planet.
Elite Beat Agents.
4. Best multiplayer game.
Little Big Planet.
NBA 2K8.
Left 4 Dead. So you know there's no freaking NBA on this list.
Oh, come
All
on.
right.
I was gonna
Best
guess
strat-
again.
Best strategy game.
NBA.
Oh,
Okay,
NBA Live 2008.
Best strategy game in 2008?
Yeah.
The fuck came out in 2008? I don't even know. Halo
Fire
Wars. I don't
Emblem,
know.
Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon.
Civilization Revolution. Best sports game.
Are you sure there's not
I feel really bad for the people that are audio only because your face lit up like a fucking little kid on Christmas Day. Madden 2009.
I'll say Madden 09 as well.
It was the racing game Grid.
God damn it.
Okay.
Best casual game.
Grid.
Cash. Casual game. What does
Oh,
that
do we have
mean?
do we have iPod Touch games at this point yet? Do we have Touch games yet? 2008?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. Brain Age, Big Brain Academy.
Those are two different games.
I'm giving both. Brain Age
Mike,
or
what
Big
about
Brain
you?
Academy.
I mean, Craig, what about
It
you?
could be Dr. Kawashima or the little fucked up little professor guy. I don't care which one.
It's a Wii game.
Oh.
Damn.
We play?
We
Boom
party.
Blocks.
What was it?
Boom Blocks.
Boom Blocks, let's go.
The predecessor to Roblox.
Best original score.
Little Big Planet. No, it's all licensed music. Damn it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I really don't know what came out in 2008. That's what's making this hard.
I don't know, like, when was FF13?
PS3 game.
Was that later in the PS3?
I think it was on the 360 as well.
Yeah, but I think that was later.
It was later, yeah.
I don't know. Tell us. I have no clue.
Dead Space. Best
What?
use of audio.
Dead
Dead
Space?
Space.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, now what was the people's choice?
Dead Space?
Call of Duty 4. Okay.
Oh, perfect.
And what had
COD
the
4.
best character?
Captain Price in COD 4.
The car from Grid.
Well, it was Call of Duty 4. Doesn't say character. Best story.
It doesn't say the character.
No, it just says character. Call of Duty 4. That's all it says.
So, McTavish. Ghost. It's probably Ghost. Is Ghost in COD 4? He's in
I don't know
COD.
if he's in COD 4. I know
too.
he's in Modern 2. All right, best story.
Best story? Call of Duty?
Call of Duty 4.
Really?
Best gameplay.
Call of Duty?
COD 4. COD 4.
Call of Duty 4. Game of the year?
COD 4. Grid.
I'm assuming COD 4.
Super Mario Galaxy.
Perfect.
All right.
That came out in 2007.
And it didn't get best score?
That's all I got was Game of the Year. Wait, that came out in
That's so
2007?
That came out in 2007. November 1st, 2007.
Well, apparently
And
they
also
go
that would-
farther back.
That would have won so much. That would have won Best Music for sure.
Yeah. I was gonna
Oh.
say.
Then England don't know how to do the reward shows right. Shout out to Jeff Keighley. Moving on.
Mario Galaxy release date, PAL. Nope, still 2007.
Oh, they don't know what they're doing. They wanted to include it.
They're working off of a different calendar.
They're working on the Palindar.
Well, I mean, if they do their game
That was a
awards
good one.
in March,
That was
I
a
think
good one.
so.
I Well, I don't know. Maybe they just have a weird cutoff because, like, I remember, wasn't Smash Ultimate up for Game of the Year, like, the year after it came out because of Keely's cutoff and stuff, too, so...
It's for
Yeah.
fighting game of the year with, what's the freaking Bandai Namco, the Jump Force? It was like Jump Force or Smash Ultimate.
I wonder. Jump Force might be one of the ugliest things I've ever seen in my entire life. It's a horrendous art style. They definitely could have done something different with that.
I remember that one scene that was going around where it was like Frieza, and he would just like stand there. He's like, "I have to go now. My planet needs me," and he just like floats up. I was like, "The hell is that?"
It's perfect. I do think it's fire, though, that if you play as Yugi or Kaiba, they just summon Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon.
That is cool.
That was pretty fire. Which kind of works, too, because it's like there's Jotaro and Dio from JoJo's, and they bring out their stands. So I'm like, oh, it's kind of the same thing in a way. It's a good way to match that up. Shout out to anime.
Then on March 12th, 2003 is when Sega released Sonic Advance 2 for the GBA. March 14th, Craig got a little trivia for you.
Uh-oh.
March 14th, 1998, Sega announced it will release the 3 final games for the Sega Saturn in the US. What were the 3 final games released?
I know Magic Knight Rayearth is the last one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Because I know Burning Rangers is the last year, but I don't know if it's one of the last 3, is it? No? I don't think Panzer Dragoon Saga is either. Isn't there a hockey game on there? One of the last 3? Okay, what are the other 2 then? I'm not
There's
sure.
a fighting game.
Oh.
I'm going to say, wild guess, Last Bronx.
Is it the Golden Axe fighting game? Okay, what
No.
is it?
Come on,
Virtual
Google AI.
Fighter 2.
Oh, okay.
And Clockwork Knight.
Those were the last 3?
Apparently so.
That's not
Google
true because
says-
there's a Clockwork Knight 2 on the Sega Saturn, so Clockwork
Is
Knight
there?
definitely wasn't one of the last 3.
Well, then maybe it was
Google
Clockwork
says-
Knight 2 and they had a little typo.
Google says whatever Last Bronx is released after Virtua Fighter. I don't know what the hell that is.
Also, Virtua Fighter 2 can't be last either. I'm pretty sure that was a launch game. I think this list is just wrong.
Then why is this?
What about Radiant Silvergun? It says Radiant Silvergun was also a really late release.
True. That was Japanese only, though. That didn't come out
Oh, okay.
stateside. Uh-oh, Tyler needs to fact-check his own
Yeah,
facts.
yeah, fact check real quick. The last 3
Fact check.
Sega Saturn games released in North America were Clockwork Knight, Magic Knight Rayearth, and Die Hard Arcade, all in 1998. Well, that's totally different.
Greg, did you say Magic Knight Rayearth was the last one? Because that's what I'm for the last one.
That's the last one in North America. But
Yeah.
it came out year 1 in Japan, which is weird. It took forever for them to localize it.
Yeah, it says North America 1998, and then it came. Oh yeah, it came early from Japan. Yeah, it's weird.
It's so good. I really think you would love that game, Zach, especially since you're a big Link to the Past guy.
Next time I have $1,000, I'll go buy a copy.
Oh my god. You could emulate it. You have a Steam Deck. You'll be fine.
No, damn it.
You could get that, or you could not buy it twice and get Jack Bros. CIB.
I don't know, because this one's telling me Clockwork Knight, Magic Knight Rayearth, and Die Hard Arcade. Which
That's
is totally
not-
different from what I got earlier, so I don't know.
Yeah, look, Sega Saturn releases. Zach, fill the air while I do some fact checking.
Oh, right here, all Sega Saturn
I'm leaving it
games.
up to you.
The only Sega games I really care about are Sonic and the Black Knight and Sonic Unleashed, but the version that was on the Wii. Sonic Unleashed, you play as a werewolf at nighttime, and I've heard those levels aren't great, but I heard the running around as Sonic during the daytime levels are fine. But I've never played the game, and I'm kind of running out of things to say. I don't know why I picked Sonic Unleashed to talk about. Yeah, nothing
Sonic
about that game.
Unleashed is pretty okay. Tyler, go fuck yourself. Burning Rangers was the third to last one to release for the Sega Saturn.
Oh,
And also,
Second-
I think Burning Rangers ends up in the Wii Shop Wednesday song, so I think that's important also.
I'm
It
gonna
does
tell
not. There's
people
no
I got my
Sega Saturn
fucking
games,
number
but
wrong.
I wish it was.
Does he not say Burning Rangers in there?
No.
Damn it!
No Sega Saturn. All right, so tell me this isn't like the ultimate like sign off for a game console of all time, right? So the final 5 games on the Sega Saturn in North America: Panzer Dragoon Saga, House of the Dead, Burning Rangers, Shining Force 3, and Magic Knight Rayearth. what a fucking incredible like final set of releases.
Pretty good.
5 absolute bangers. That is so crazy. Also makes sense why they're all so fucking expensive. Because even House of the Dead, I think, is like a $300 or $400 game, and it's like you'd think that would be much more common just because it's such a popular Sega franchise.
Where'd you get your list from?
Wikipedia, and I sorted by
The
newest to
with
last
Wario's-
release.
The NES ended with Wario's Woods, which is probably arguably better than all those games.
Arguably, you could definitely argue that it's better. I don't know if you'd win that fight, but
All right, moving on from this Sega
from
Saturn,
Tyler's total
Bowers
fuck
thing.
up.
This is why we're ending this section of the show. So March 14th, 2006, Capcom released Mega Man Powered Up for the PSP.
Hell
That was
yeah, that
actually
game's
my
sick.
first experience with Mega Man as a kid, so
It's pretty good. I love the art style.
yeah, same here. And then also in 2010 is when Nintendo released Pokemon Soul Silver and Pokemon Heart Gold for the Nintendo DS.
Nice.
And then March 17th, 1995, Sega released Sonic Drift 2 for the Game Gear. One I gotta get complete in box one day.
Yeah, I love
And
that.
lastly, the last thing we're going to end on, 2003, is when Nintendo released Pokemon Ruby and Pokemon Sapphire for the Game Boy Advance in the US. Best Pokemon region, best Pokemon games. Well, I mean, Emerald is, but it's kind of pretty much the same thing. Yeah.
I'm excited to give one of my hot takes because it involves Gen 3, so I'm excited to see what Tyler thinks of that.
Well, this is where I quit the show. Have fun doing Chrono Trigger.
Zach, I really like that. To fill the air, you really decided to go in on Sonic Unleashed, a game you've never played.
Did you know
Sorry, I
Sonic
put you on
Unleashed
the
is a game?
spot like that.
No, I also admit that was I don't know why I picked that. I've
Wait,
never
so
played that game.
I was too focused on trying to find stuff. What do you say about Unleashed?
I started describing Sonic Unleashed.
He's like, I've never played it, but
Sonic
Here's
Unleashed
the-
was the first Sonic game where you could crawl on all fours. Just saying.
Oh, I've
I
seen
don't-
plenty of other Sonic games with Sonic on all fours.
seen a lot of fan art of that. But
Oh yeah,
Probably, but I'm not in that community. Zach is apparently, but
I am that community.
Daily Beating is a staple of
Daily Beating is
rule4.com
just-
/ Sonic.
he's the one that brought back that mod that like everybody's talking about. You know?
That mod.
Yeah, that mod.
I don't even know what you're talking about, and I don't want to know.
Yep, that
oh,
like
yeah.
enhanced
I'm not-
version of Sonic Unleashed where it's like 4K.
Ah, la,
and,
la,
like,
la, la, la.
resolution and all that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I forget what it's called.
All right, boys. Well, topic of the show: hot takes. Was supposed to
Nintendo
be
hot takes.
Yeah, retro Nintendo hot takes, but not all retro because I'll take
Yeah.
the blame for that. But that's okay. We're just gonna do Nintendo hot takes. All of mine are fairly retro adjacent though, so I will take it. I guess I could start by making people upset. My first take isn't exactly negative, but I think that most people disagree, which is why I say it's a hot take. Zelda: A Link to the Past. It's just good. It's not great. It's not amazing. I think it's like a B tier Zelda game.
And do you, what makes you feel that way?
I think that graphically it's not very good. I've always thought that everything in the game felt kind of stilted. The combat, the use of all the items, and most of the dungeons I don't think are very memorable. The only dungeon I really remember from A Link to the Past is the ice one, which I remember because I did not have fun. So, and I never played A Link to the Past for the first time until about maybe 2 years ago, I think. So, I'm glad I played it because I know it's an important Zelda game. Set up a lot for the future, but I think that it's definitely not one of the best Zeldas.
Can you at least admit that the opening title screen where the Triforce is spinning at you on an SNES and
Oh,
it
yeah,
has like
that-
that Mode 7 shit is cool as hell?
That is hype as hell, but it's like
And the sword goes.
Yeah, and you know, it was fun playing it, and it's like, oh, I didn't know how much music, in future Zelda games kind of like originated from it.
It's just all
But-
Link to the Past. All
Yeah,
the
pretty
music is
much.
just Link to the
But
Past.
yeah, it's just like I don't know, it's like on the list of Zeldas where I'm like, I don't know if I ever want to replay this one, and I don't feel that way about most Zelda games. So
It says, it's my favorite 2D Zelda. But if you didn't play it, a long time ago. I can get how it can be it's a little stiff. I get it. I think it's just important because it has like we mentioned, so much music, so many things originated from Link to the Past, like Master Sword, Kakariko Village. I feel like just this is where like they found their like what they were just going to keep making for the next 15 years, and they just kept making it for the next 15 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a lot of people's favorite Zeldas, and I'm like I said, it's like if I were to do like a tier list, it's like it would fall on B, and I feel like that's sacrilegious for most people. So just not my favorite, but I still think that it's a good game. I just don't think it's great or amazing or anything like that.
What is your favorite top-down Zelda?
Favorite top-down Zelda?
Yep.
A Link Between Worlds.
Okay, yeah. So I mean,
the better version of A Link to the
A Link
Past,
to the
in my
Past
opinion.
too.
So
yeah, Link to the
exactly.
Past too,
Yeah, I felt like that game was a lot more fun. So obviously the wall mechanic is great. A lot of similarities in bosses and the overworld is basically the exact same and stuff like that. But I think everything that A Link Between Worlds did was better. So it pretty much took A Link to the Past and made it go from good to amazing. Is probably my best way of putting it.
Another thing, just real quick, another like, mechanic to keep, it's like the idea of the Dark World, of just like, do the map again, but make it scarier. They've done that several times since Link to the Past.
That's true, too. So, it's like I said, no ill will. It's like, we talked about Magic Knight Wraith before. It's like, I feel like there's a lot of games that are very similar to A Link to the Past, but are still better than A Link to the Past, so.
Sure. How many games does your uncle die when it's raining and scary outside and you had to go save the day?
I could think of at least one other one. It's not true. Tyler, do you have any opinions on Link to the Past? Or have you never played it?
I was about to say, what if I played it?
Yeah. And you know what? If we wanted to do it for the show, I would definitely replay it, and maybe I'd feel better after another playthrough. But I remember, especially at the end, having a bitter taste in my mouth because I was annoyed because... And correct me if I'm wrong, maybe you'll know, Zach. I don't remember seeing anything telling me I needed to get those stupid fucking silver arrows for the final boss against Ganon. And I was really mad that I had to backtrack and, just kind of give up in the middle of that boss fight because I didn't know that you need the silver arrows. And I was like, where the fuck was I supposed to know this?
I don't know what their deal was. They did it in Zelda 1 also. Don't you need like the silver arrows?
Do.
And they're just like straight up hidden in the last dungeon behind like a fake wall. Like, I don't know what their deal was with that concept of like the magic arrows that long ago, but yeah.
Well, there's my first take. Who wants to go next? Tyler?
Me? Okay. So, which one should I do? So I don't have any like base generally on games. It's just kind of like Nintendo in general, I guess per se. But I'll start with this one. So everybody loves, well, I mean, not necessarily everybody, but Splatoon, the way they run their multiplayer system, everybody loves their fucking multiplayer, but I think it's god fucking awful because I mean, the way they run their servers is terrible. Like, the gameplay may be fun, but I hate when games, especially Nintendo, they do this to where you have a multiplayer game, but you change the modes, like, by hour, or by, like, 2 hours, or per day. Like, if you want to go in and you want to play this specific mode, no, you can't play it because you gotta wait till the next hour or the next day. That is the stupidest thing I have ever seen in a video game, and I don't know why you would even do it. Freaking Konami had to pick it up for Bomberman. They want to try to bring Bomberman back, but they freaking kill him back down on the ground. They pretty much put a 12 gauge to him and he went back in the casket. So it makes no freaking sense because
Bomberman do today.
Konami did it, not Bomberman. But like I don't get why games do that. And there's other Nintendo games that do it, and there's also freaking Square Enix. I'm looking at you with Foam Stars. It's probably why your game's dead. But like. I just don't get why games do that, and you have all these modes, especially Splatoon 2. They did the same thing with the Salmon Run multiplayer mode. First off, the multiplayer mode, it's not even online. You had to play it single player. Like, how do you have a co-op mode that's co-op mode, but you have to be together? You can't play it online, or it's like limited. You can only play it for 1 hour, and you get kicked off. That makes no sense to me. Yeah,
that's like
you're very passionate about this.
Splatoon's my biggest Nintendo like I've never played any Splatoon games. That's like the one series I really need to actually experience.
Like, the modes are fun, but it's just crappy how they run it. Like, I don't get.
I'm with you. I remember I used to be annoyed when Splatoon 2 came out because I was never playing when Salmon Run was like available. and I was like, oh, this mode looks great. Too bad I can't
That's
fucking
why
just
I
play it.
bought Splatoon
So,
2.
Yeah,
Like,
and
I
then
was
you can
like,
only
Sam
play it
Run
like
is
certain
dope.
times of the day. It was
Yeah!
so weird. Super
Like, I
weird.
remember me and Jonathan bought it. We're like, yeah, we're gonna go home and play Salmon Run, and it's not even up. We're like, what do you mean? Like,
I kind of have a theory that, because that's when Nintendo started charging for online, and I'm like, I wonder if they did that because they knew that their servers couldn't handle everybody on at once, so they tried to like segregate people on purpose for when they could play it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm actually with you on this take. I think that it's pretty awful. Definitely a bad move for sure. Because guess what? Eventually, I stopped playing Splatoon 2 because I was like, I don't want to play the normal multiplayer anymore. I'd love to play Salmon Run, and I couldn't. So,
and the lobbies were way cooler on Wii U when you had the Miiverse thing, dude.
oh, it was great.
People having their little creations. Now it's just you're in what's it called, Squidtopulous or something like that.
Mhm.
Like, glad I got that out.
Yeah, so Zach, you should definitely play Splatoon 1's campaign because I remember it being very fun. Actually,
I think I bought Splatoon 1. I need to play that.
it's a
Actually,
surprisingly cheap Wii U game. I think it's like $10. It's like
I think I
nobody
got it for
cares
like
about it.
$10. I think I got it specifically because it was like $10. Like, this is probably an important game to have. Like, but
Zach, give us a take.
while I think it's a good game, I think Super Metroid is not the best 2D Metroid. I don't think it's the second best 2D Metroid, and I barely think it's the third best 2D Metroid.
Whoa.
I think it's like it's fighting with Fusion for third. I think it's like tied for third with Fusion.
Hold on.
I think Zero Mission. Zero
Those are
Mission
fighting
and
words.
Zero Mission and Dread are both far superior games to Super, and Super is like fighting with Fusion.
I would
terms of-
say,
man.
I don't know. I would kind of say Dread's probably my number one because that game was really good. But Super, like, gotta be number two.
it's a great game. Don't get me wrong. I
It
think
might
it's-
be
I think
because
it's-
like that was my entry to Metroid, and then maybe I got
the
some
only
kind of attachment,
Metroids,
but I
the only
mean,
2D Metroids it's definitively better than is Metroid 1 and both versions of Metroid 2. The only ones it's definitively better than.
wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck you. No, I
We're all gonna go to sleep tonight. Like, I hate this episode. I hate it so much.
No,
We all learn to
I
hate each other.
I do really love Super Metroid. I just think that it nails atmosphere more than the rest of the 2D Metroid games. And I'm big about atmosphere in my games.
The musically incredible, especially compared to like Dread. I think the music in Dread is like a weak spot, and
Oh,
Super has
definitely.
it there. Super has it there for sure.
Yeah, I think if I were to rank them, I haven't played either versions of 2 or the original Metroid, but for me it would probably go Super, Dread, probably Zero Mission, Fusion. So it's like if I were to basically take your bottom placement of Super Metroid and move it all the way to the top. So
Sure.
I feel like my opinion's pretty drastically different than yours, but I can respect it. Because a big part of these games are, whether it be the map design or the sequence breaks, kind of just depends on what you prefer. So it's like if you, especially like the level design in the other Metroid games, I could see that being a big deciding factor. I also know a lot of people criticize Super Metroid for having a very large sprite for Samus. Personally, I like that. I don't think it's an issue, but I know that a lot of people have beef with that. So
I think Super, and it's funny because maybe it's just the order I played the games. I think Samus feels real floaty in Super, and also I just feel like Zero Mission and Fusion just feel way smoother to play. And then Dread's like the smoothest game in the world. I feel like I always get a little bit of friction with like the clunkiness and the floatiness of Samus like at the same time. Because I don't feel like I have the best control. In Super
I like
Metroid.
the-
Maybe it's just I suck, but I don't know.
now, I personally I like the floatiness in Super, because you're in outer space. It just feels appropriate for me. So
Sure. Yeah.
and that could be a bias for me too, because I grew up with Metroid Fusion, but I was a kid and I had no idea what I was doing, so I never got far or beat it. But as an adult, Super Metroid was the first like 2D Metroid game that I played from start to finish, so that could be a biasing for me as well. Tyler?
Yeah.
I mean, I never really. I don't know. I feel like kind of just biased on Super Metroid because it was the first Metroid I played, to be honest. But I still think I don't know. I did enjoy Dread better, so Dread would be above for me. But it would probably be Dread, Super, probably Zero Mission, then Fusion. But
Mhm.
I never played 2 or 1, so either version of 2. Same as you.
Just play Samus Returns. Don't turn on
Oh,
Metroid
yeah.
2. Get an appreciation for it.
Nah, I won't
Play
ever
Samus
do that.
Returns. Just play Samus Returns.
There's also AM2R, which I've heard is fantastic, but
Yep.
I'm not sure how easy it is to find or play that at this point, because I know Nintendo
I'm
took
sure
it down
it's-
real quick.
Yeah, but it's safe. It was such a popular game. It's saved somewhere. You can find
That's fair. Okay, next one for me. My Pokemon related one. I think that pre-Switch era, Genry has the worst starter selection.
it.
You think Gen 3 has the worst starter selection?
I do. I think it.
Pre-Switch?
I'm not.
Pre-Switch.
Yeah, pre-Switch.
So Gen
So-
7 and earlier.
Yeah, Gen 7 and earlier, I think is the worst starter selection.
This
Over
man
Gen
thinks-
6?
Yeah,
Like
I
chest
do
in the-
actually.
Dude.
I do. I think Blaziken looks lame. I think the stupid whatever Trico turns into looks lame. Swampert's kind of cool, but like only kind of cool. I'm not big on any of them,
Let's start our own
honestly.
podcast. I don't think I can talk to this guy
Honestly,
anymore.
If you got Gen 7, the 7 generations you're talking about, the 21 Pokemon, I think the top 3 are Sceptile, Blaziken, and Swampert.
No shit,
Yeah.
really?
Dude,
Well,
Venusaur.
Charizard's probably
I'm
up
sorry
there,
you love Ivysaur, but Venusaur is just crap. All right, Blastoise and Charizard are the only 2 good ones in that gen. Gen 3, fucking the game's not getting any love until the new Legends game. That's why he's been unloved. I mean, Totodile and Cyndaquil, they're okay. All right, so you got 1 negative in Gen 1, 1 negative in Gen 2 so far. Gen 3, they're all great, they're all goated. You know, like those memes where it's like, it's alright, it's perfection. You know, Gen 3 perfection.
No.
Then you
No.
go to Gen 4. Yes. All right,
Watch your fucking mouth to Gen 4. I see you, boy.
Gen 4. Oh, we're getting there. All
I
right.
like Gen 4. Honestly, Gen 4 is like my second or third favorite. Honestly.
Gen 4 is pretty good, but Turtwig's the weak one of the bunch. All right, I'm sorry,
How fucking
Turtwig
dare
fans
you.
out there.
Torterra is cool.
Torterra's
Torterra's
good, but he's
sick
the
as
weak
hell.
one of the bunch. And Fernape and Empoleon are definitely better than Torterra. Prove me wrong.
No. Torterra's
Zach,
so
what do you
sick.
think?
Torterra's sick as hell. With the
I
tree on the
think,
back, that's goated design.
For me, Gen 4 is really strong. I'm partial to Infernape because that's what I picked, but all 3 of them are cool.
Tyler is so
But which
upset right
one-
now.
No. But which one do you think is the weak one of the bunch? They're all strong, but there's got to be one on the bottom.
I don't think they're all weak.
If
I don't think any of them are weak.
If I had to pick one, I would pick Turtwig last. But
Okay,
it's
thank
like
you. All right,
I-
look
I-
at Craig's
I still
face right
think
now.
it's
He's
great.
about to kick both of us off this podcast, but it's okay. Moving on to Gen 5. Gen 5 should be Craig's least favorite because he hasn't even played the damn game.
Yeah,
all
but
right?
I know them.
So- You know them? What are they?
I don't know our fucking names, but I know what they look
Okay.
like. So Viper's my favorite one of the 3, though. I can tell you that much.
The
It's a
Viper?
Viper?
That's Gen
Yeah.
3! What are
Oh
you
no,
talking
sorry.
about?
What am I talking about? What's the snaky
Snivy.
one?
Snivy.
There you go.
you play TCG Pocket, you know the grass deck. Come on.
That's true. That's what I use. I'm one of those assholes.
Man, Superior's
The
good. I
Skelby
mean,
deck?
Gen 5 is pretty good. I mean, Tepig, they're trying to give him a little love in the Legends game too now. But moving on, what are we on? Gen 6?
Real quick,
Yeah.
I just want to say real quick, I do appreciate that Gen 5 only has one of the starters on 2 legs at the end. They have one on all 4s and one still stays a snake.
Yeah, one of them loses his legs.
Yeah.
And then Gen 5, Gen 6? No, where are we at?
Yep.
Gen 6, yeah.
Mhm.
So Fennekin evolves into Delphox, not that great. Chespin evolves into Chestnut, not that great. Froakie's the only
Greninja
good
carries.
starter in that. Yeah, he carries, but
Greninja
that's
carries the rest of them.
That's pretty weak of a selection right there if you're only picking Greninja.
Yeah, but-
85% of the
yeah,
Pokemon fan base.
But look, if I were to pick Greninja or Swampert, I think I'm
You're
going
about to-
Greninja.
you just
I think
killed
I'm going
Bracken, I
Greninja.
think.
Starter trio lives and dies on if I'm playing a new run and I don't have to think which one do I want to pick and there's just a clear obvious pick, it's a bad set. If I just always like, okay, Greninja's clearly the best one, I'm not going to pick Delphox or Chestnut. If it's not like a hard decision, not a good trio.
Yeah, but I feel that way about Gen 6
boy
and Gen
right
3.
here,
So
Good starter. Like what are you talking about? There's Mudkip right there.
Hmm.
So
yeah, but his evolutions, he has the worst middle evolution probably of all time. Let's
Marshtomp
be
is
real.
weird. No,
But
you're
there's a lot of
telling me
bad-
you're telling me Quilladin or whatever the hell that man's name
There's
is,
a lot of
better
bad
than
middle
Marstone.
evolutions.
Yeah, the middle
But-
evolutions are pretty mid in all of them.
How about what a fucking
Except for
choice.
Ivysaur, damn it.
What a fucking choice for a Pokémon tournament to put Braixen in the game. The middle evolution of Delphox and Fennekin is a
That was kind of
fighter
a power
in Pokken
move, wasn't
tournament.
it?
What a
kind of-
choice.
That was a power move for sure.
This man really said Gen 3 is the weakest. Wow.
And I stand by it. We went through every gen right now, and I stand by it.
That's crazy.
I knew that was gonna light you up.
That
I was
is
excited
definitely
for
a
that
hot
one.
take. Holy.
That's
I
tough.
can't
That's
believe
tough.
Yeah, that's. I still love you, Craig. Not your opinions, but I love you.
I'll take
I'm
it.
just gonna start thinking of mean shit to say to Craig. He's like,
Oh man.
oh.
I could take it. It's okay. You know me. I could take a beating.
I can take it.
Take it daily.
Tyler, give us a worse opinion than the one I just had.
Okay. Worst opinion is. I was trying to think of something to piggyback on your opinion being bad. But we'll just go ahead. So I think while NSO is definitely good, I think the Virtual Console is better. I definitely preferred, I feel like we had a lot more variety. It was better to just pick and choose what you wanted, buy it, download it, be able to play it wherever. You don't have to have this online connection. Learned that when I went to Texas and couldn't play shit on my Switch. But I feel like
if you have it on your main Switch and you can play online or offline if you.
It didn't let me
You
on
can
the
play
plane.
it mobile.
Didn't
You
let
can
me
play it on the plane. What?
It didn't let me on the plane, and I just signed on that previous night. I know it's something
Yes.
like that, but it didn't work.
If you're like on your main Switch and you like go offline, it does work. I forget how it works, but you can.
Isn't it like only for like a certain amount of time though?
No, you can no.
I thought it was like 2 weeks. Like you got to sign in and check in or something like that.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I thought you meant like a couple hours. Yeah, it's like a
and
matter of
needless
weeks
to
or
say,
a month.
you still need a subscription. So, I mean, yeah, you had to like pay singly for these games, but this one you're still paying every single month for an online service that Nintendo still can't get together, and it's pretty terrible. But I don't know. I just feel Virtual Console, you had more variety. They definitely had way more out at a certain time. The NSO drops like 2 games every 3 months. Like, I don't know. It's cool. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on NSO, but I just feel like Virtual Console was better, especially on the Wii. The Wii had so much shit on it. Like,
I'll say my hot take was NSO is good and better than Virtual Console ever was. I literally have that written down. So I have the exact opposite.
we're
hot
like,
take.
Wow.
okay.
All right, debate.
I
So
think
why
NSO,
do you think?
I think NSO is better because the way they drip feed the games, it forces everyone to play the same games at the same time and revisit games as a community. That otherwise, no one's ever going to go back and play Mario's Picross if you got to pay $10 for it, $5 for it. But the fact that it's free forces people to
Not
try
for
a
you
new
paying a
thing.
subscription, but okay, keep going.
$20 a year is what, $1.50 a month.
You're still paying. Keep going.
You're still paying, but I'm saying if you there's hundreds of games on Virtual Console or on NSO, and I'm going to call it free, very cheap. You're playing all these games. You have access to all these games.
And it's only
Otherwise,
$20 if you're not including an expansion pack. By the way.
Yes, it is $50 for the expansion pack. I'll give you that. But we're talking SNES, NES, Game Boy, for the $20 version. There's a lot of good stuff on there that I would never have played had I had to pay $8 to $10 for a game. I would have played that Castlevania game on the Game Boy if I had to pay $8 for it. But I played it because it was free to me, and because of that, I got some extra knowledge there.
Now, what about when that
that's my
service
opinion.
gets discontinued on Switch and all those Virtual Console games you would have had are still going to be on the Switch, but those aren't?
They won't discontinue this because it's a subscription fee. They're getting money off this every month.
No, but I mean like couple console lines down the line. Like there's some people that they aren't going to stay up to date on that console. What about?
I think NSO is going to make its way to phones one day. I think this is they're going to have you paying for this shit till you die. They're gonna we're not going to be you're never going to buy Mario 1 ever again. You're going to pay for NSO until you die. This is going to go forever. It's going to get more expensive. It's going to keep getting more expensive. And they're going to add more games, but I don't
Eventually,
think
you're
it's
going to pay
away.
more for Mario 1 than you would have for like $3.
Yeah, more for every month if you the subscription. Yeah, it's going to keep getting more expensive. Yes, and
Okay.
it'll never die. And it's going to be on eventually be on phones. It'll eventually be on Steam. You're going to like sign into whatever the computer stuff is in 10 years, whatever world we live in.
Like, I
NSO's gonna be
mean,
a thing.
in 10 years, give or take it, whatever system it's going to be on, it's then the library is going to be definitely good. But as of like right now, I feel like I would still prefer the virtual console because it had more variety, you could choose more. I mean, best of both worlds if they gave you the option just to buy certain ones, if more like availability or something. But I mean,
I think that should
I
be a
don't know.
thing, but I don't think they'll do it because they want you to keep
Probably
paying
not.
monthly.
It's Nintendo. I mean,
Yeah.
what side are you on, Craig? I gotta know your take.
It's hard because it's like I agree with both of you. I know it's a cop out answer, but I really do feel that way. Like I'm with Zach. There's games I've played that I wouldn't have played
That's true.
because they're
I
on
give them that.
subscriptions, which is cool, and I like that. But I'm also with you, Tyler, where it's like you think about if you go to Wikipedia and look at every game that was available on the Wii Shopping channel, incredible, the most insane catalog of
Wii Shop
games
Wednesdays.
probably ever. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden 1.
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden. But I totally wish that
As you used to.
that that was still a thing. And if I had to pick one, I think I would rather it be the a la carte thing, like the Wii days. But I'm not against NSO either. I mean, I love it. Like I said, I played a lot of games I wouldn't have played
Yeah.
otherwise. It's nice just, it's like having all that stuff there for what is a relatively low price for a ton of games across all the different systems that they provide now. So I do think that Nintendo is slacking a bit in terms of adding new content on a regular basis. They've slowed down way too much, and I think that that's uncool of them when they promised, basically monthly updates and just like I think we do still get stuff every month, but it's like you might get like a Game Boy game or two, and it's like that's not really enough when you have
Now we're getting Nintendo
6
Music
different
update.
apps. So
We're getting
yeah,
Nintendo Music updates now. As our
I know they
monthly
added Mario 3 music the other day, and I was like, hell, fucking yeah. But no, yeah, it's strange. But I think overall, I would take Tyler's side. I would prefer to have more options and have to pay than have limited options and have a subscription fee.
Yeah, the best consumer-friendly option is somewhere in the middle where you can get access to all these
both,
games
yeah.
for free, and you can buy games for a premium.
Make it
I
like a
just don't-
Game Pass kind of thing, you know?
Yeah,
I think I don't know. I think they know they've already gotten so much shit for selling you Mario 1 10 times that now they're just like, well, I'll make you keep buying it forever. That's their mantra now. One more cool thing about NSO, if you can make a Japanese Nintendo account very easily, and you can go play all the Japanese only games on NSO on your same Switch.
Do you
You can
do you need another account for that, or does it just link to your
you have
mail?
to make a Japanese account to get to the Japanese eShop, and you can download the app, and then you can access the Japanese app from your English account. But it'll still be in Japanese, of course. It'll be in
Yeah.
Japanese, but you can access it from your regular account.
and they have some cool shit. I wish we had like Shin Megami Tensei 1 and 2. I think are on there, so there's some pretty interesting
Fire
stuff.
Emblem 4 is on there.
Yeah.
Yep. Fire Emblem 6 is on there. Yeah, so cool
That's
stuff on
some
there.
good shit. All right.
I mean, like,
guess
do we think it's going to keep going up, like, when they keep adding more systems? Because eventually it's going to get to a point where, like,
Oh,
they got
absolutely.
Genesis. Eventually they're going to do, like, if
I
they
don't
want to
think
go all
they're-
out, they could do
I don't
like,
think they're gonna add more systems. So
No?
no, I think that GameCube they're gonna keep either just re-releasing or remastering, and I think same thing with Wii. I think they'd rather sell those games because they could justify remastering and releasing them in collections and different things like that.
What about the other Sega
I think
console?
on the Switch 2, they're
I just
going
don't
to
think they'll
have
do it.
they're going to have to find a way on the Switch 2. Maybe it is that mouse feature to capitalize on the DS and 3DS market
That would be cool.
library. And I think 3DS, you're right. 3DS will get remasters like GameCube. I think DS makes its way to Virtual Console.
Listen, if they
I think
do
that's
DS
the next way again.
on NSO and they give me Pokemon Ranger, I will totally change my view on you. But as of, because Pokemon Ranger was available on Virtual Console on Wii U, and I was able to buy that and play it. But
Yep. They will not make that mistake twice. They're going to sell you the games from the best-selling Nintendo console ever, or
Yeah.
get you to play those games, access to those games.
Yeah.
Not going to miss out on that twice in a row.
And that being said, Tyler, I do wish that Sega would do more. Like I would kill for, if they did
Yeah, dude.
even like a Master System / Game Gear section, which they would never do. But if they did like Dreamcast or Saturn would never happen, but
could you
Dreamcast
imagine
is more
if they,
likely. That'd be incredible. It'd be so
imagine
cool.
if they just did like 32X and they gave us that fucking Spider-Man game? Like,
The whole They could just give us the whole library at that point. There's so little games.
Give us Spider-Man.
Give us Sega Pico Online. That's what we really want.
I'll play that Sonic game, dude. Do it.
There you go.
Another Sega platform would be awesome if they could do that. But
Yeah, well, I mean, Dreamcast especially is like very easy to emulate, like just like on anything. So it's like there's no way they can't not get that running on Switch. That seems like an obvious one.
But also, Dreamcast, Sega can make their own money off that. They're not going to be like, let's partner with Nintendo to let them do well off of our games. Dreamcast is going to, Sega's going to make their own money off of Dreamcast when they feel like it, whether it be remasters or collections.
Yeah, but couldn't you say the same thing about Genesis? I mean, what's the difference?
Yeah, maybe they just don't care about the Genesis games as much. I don't know. Like, I mean, everyone has. They still release Sonic Adventure 2. You can buy that. Sonic 2. You can still buy that on the Switch. They just let you download it for the thing because Nintendo probably paid a bag.
I kind of get that because, like, if you go to the point to where, like, you get to the disc-based systems, they're definitely a lot easier to be, like, remade or, like, something like that or upscaled and re-released compared to, like, old games like Genesis, Super Nintendo, NES. You're not really going to remake those. It's kind of just a re-release here port, you know? But, like, those disc-based games, if you really... If you took those, like... if you took those, like, older games, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like the disc-based games, it would kind of like have them out more of an audience. Kind of like what they're doing with the GameCube games, like Pikmin 1 and 2 and stuff like that. They're kind of just porting it on there. I feel like those kind of games, like if a company really wanted to do it, they could definitely make money on that.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah, buy the GameCube version.
People want, and this is bullshit. Why do we still not have Diddy Kong Racing, and why do we not have Smash 64 yet? What on earth is going on with not having Smash 64? It's so stupid.
I will. This goes against my point, but I will say NSO is really cool because you can play multiplayer on those.
Multiplayer is cool. The multiplayer.
That is a really cool feature.
I know. We still need to do a Four Swords playthrough together. That'd be awesome.
Speaking about Four Swords, since you brought it up, sorry, Craig, I'm skipping you. I'm going to my next topic. Whoa. So, next hot take, because a lot of people didn't like Four Swords or stuff like that. I think Nintendo should give another shot at a game like that because nowadays, you know, co-op is kind of like in the know, I guess you want to say. And I feel like with modern hardware and stuff, they could probably do a pretty good one, especially with the Switch. It's a lot easier to access multiplayer. You know, a lot of people have tons of Joy-Cons laying around. You could easily make that game accessible with just like one Joy-Con playing. Even though it's a horrible way to play a game, I don't recommend it. But I feel like a good time now would be to, you know, even if they like ported it or something like that, or like I said, make a new game, but God forbid a company does that nowadays. I feel like it would be a good time to do it. Maybe people would actually like it.
Great little cheap, short, fun experience with like a Four Swords, and make it an NSO game that everyone has to download NSO and pay the online subscription, and they can throw it on there like Tetris 99, and you can play your new Zelda game through that because you already got to pay for online anyway, so you might as well give it to me.
This is true.
True. But yeah, I think there's definitely been a rise in the couch co-op era once again, so it would be cool to have something like that come out. I'm with you.
I've heard that the Mario was it Mario Brothers, the original, like the arcade one, or is it which one is it that's on NSO? It's really fun. I think it is Mario Brothers. You can play like 4-player on that. You're the one where you like the levels and you jump and you flip over
on
the
them and then
crabs.
you go,
I think you can play that 4-player in NSO. It's one of those Mario games. Yeah.
Dang.
How neat.
Yeah. I think it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it is. If I'm wrong, you can yell at me.
Yeah, give us another Four Swords where it has a Link to the Past sprites mixed with new sprites that don't match at all. That's what we really need.
Wasn't it like Minish Cappy kind of
yeah,
thing?
It's Minish Cap like Link sprites and effects put over a Link to the Past sprites. Is very awkward looking.
Yeah.
Shout out. Well, I was skipped rudely.
Sorry. You just brought it up, so I figured it was a perfect time.
No, you're okay. I don't care. That's fine.
I mean, you have a turn to take anyway, so
it's okay. I could get. We could keep going in the triangle we've been going. Zach can go again if you'd like.
Oh, I can go again?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Switch Sports is better in almost every way over Wii Sports.
Ooh.
Never played Switch Sports, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, I haven't either, unfortunately. So you'll have to defend yourself here.
Switch Sports is so good, and I think people just judged it harshly because it wasn't free, like Wii Sports was, or packed in. It's just a better Wii Sports, and people have such rose. I mean, I love Wii Sports, but people have such rose-colored glasses for it. Switch Sports is just better in every way. I mean, the bowling has like way better mini games. The I feel like people dog on like the motion of the Switch compared to the Wii. I think it's just fine. I think it works just fine. I do think
I
it's a
mean,
little
it's
dumb.
inherently more accurate.
The Wii one.
No, the Switch one.
Well, the pointer controls are still pretty accurate, but people complain that I don't know, whatever. I thought Chambara was cool, better than maybe boxing is more fun to do this, but I feel like in boxing you were just doing this. You weren't doing. There's no thought to it. But
No.
Chambara with like the swinging and the blocking, that was actually really fun and challenging. And beating somebody online in Chambara, you feel like a freaking badass. You shake your sword to make fun of them and stuff. You know, like that's the best way to do it. Yeah, Switch Sports is great, and more people should give it a chance.
I believe you. I would like to pick it up eventually. I just never got around to it because games like that, you know, it's like, you know, I live just me and my wife, and she casually likes games, but she's not a big gamer, so it's hard for me to find stuff to play with her because she usually just isn't interested. And I definitely know she wouldn't want to play Switch Sports. It seems like that wouldn't be super fun to play alone. So
Now, could it have been a launch game for a Switch? Should this pack something like that in?
Mhm.
Sure, probably. But also they could have done it with a 1-2 Switch. They just didn't do it this time. They want you
yeah,
to pay the $60.
I remember people were mad too because didn't they add sports later on?
Yeah, they added. I think it was basketball, which I never played basketball, but just shooting threes. And I think they added golf late also. But
That's a big L in my opinion because
that is a big L. That one was weird.
I love golf.
Basketball was like a. And I'm trying to get my thoughts here. I think basketball was like a game they added way later as like a surprise. Golf was weird. It felt like golf wasn't ready, and the game launched like golf is coming next month. It felt like they were just like not quite ready for golf yet.
Yeah, because golfing is one of my favorite genres of video games. I love golf games. Hot Shots Golf, Mario Golf, Super Swing Golf on the Wii, the most underrated golf game of all time. I love golf games. So
I think Switch Sports Bowling sells the entire game. I don't think you
Is
can play
that
anything
good?
else. They have an elimination style online where there's 20 players playing at once, and you'll
That's
all do
awesome.
a frame at a time, and it eliminates people every couple frames based off of like the scores, and it comes down to a one-on-one in the 10th frame with somebody, and that's always freaking like clenching. Like you're just if you're like they get a strike, you get a strike, they get a strike, you get a strike, and you're like, oh boy, here it comes.
That's
then you
pretty
get, like,
cool, actually.
Yeah, so.
Because I remember in Wii bowling, there was a way to cheese and get a strike every time. It was super easy. Like I remember you move over a little, you like to the right a little, to the left a little for the angle, and you get a strike every single time without fail. I remember I was able to get 300s like it was fucking nothing back in the day.
So the way Switch Sports gets around that is you can just play the regular straight up bowling and you can get good at it. But they also have modes where they have obstacles and like moving obstacles, and they take away parts of the ground where you have to like roll in certain spots and have to actually use the spin. So you can get really good at it, and it makes you feel like you're actually good and not just knowing where to throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Interesting.
yep, Switch Sports great.
Yeah, I need to check it out. So may or may not be a hot take, I guess. Well, the comments can let you know if they're all like, "Fuck you, Zach, you stupid dumb idiot."
It happens. All right,
It'll
Tyler,
be me commenting that. Did you say
Tyler,
Tyler
you
next?
ready?
That's so rude. What about me?
So we're just skipping you.
Just keep skipping me.
All right, so next,
Like,
well, yeah, we already
like, we
know
don't-
how bad your opinion was on Pokemon, so we're not going to keep going.
Craig's got way more anyway, so we got to start burning his down.
No, I don't know if I'll even say all of mine. I just wrote down stuff that came to mind. But
You should.
next one, I think this is a hot take. Maybe not, but you guys can tell me. I think that the GameCube Animal Crossing is still the best one to this day. I still think that it is the most fun, most replayable, most enjoyable to go back to on a regular basis. I just think the formula of OG Animal Crossing, and the amount that you can't control makes it a more fun game to continuously revisit over the years.
Well, it's a debate between y'all two since I never played Animal Crossing. Go ahead.
I both agree with you and disagree with you. everything you said is correct. I think it's the most replayable one, most
Hmm.
revisitable one. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, I do think that New Horizons, just because you can transform your whole map and make bridges and make ramps and decorate the outside, that just allowed for so much creativity. But you're right, the first one kind of restricting you and making you play in a smaller rule set does make it a more replayable game, more fun to go back to. I think it's close for sure. I think I tend to lean towards New Horizons, but it's definitely close.
Yeah,
Definitely the
I don't know.
coziest one. I like
Yeah,
I love the vibes of Animal Crossing One.
yeah, I think Animal Crossing. Not that it's bad. I still like New Horizons, but I think that basically making it have like God mode and you get to choose and do everything and move every and have whatever you want. I feel like that kind of kills what makes Animal Crossing special. Is that you get plopped where you are and then you just kind of make the best of it, so to say. You can't easily change who your neighbors are. Your Nukingtons might be in a really shitty part of town, and you just kind of have to walk all the way around the bridge and over the river to get there. But it's kind of like the real life inconveniences, and the villager dialogue was more fun and interesting and witty
That's
and
100% true.
stuff.
That's
And the
100%
old
true.
ones, I think
They're
that
all
the
nice to
music.
you in the New Horizons.
I know.
They're
I
just
don't
like
think it
nice
has the
to you.
best soundtrack. I actually think New Leaf probably has the best music of all the Animal Crossings. But in pretty much every other aspect, even the tediousness of like you have to mail off your fossils and wait a day to get them. You just can't get them appraised the same day. It's kind of fun because it's like you'd wait a day and they'd be like, "Oh shit, I got the T-Rex skull. That's so cool." And it was like, oh no, the anticipation of different things. It's a much slower burn, and I think that the excitement of having a new town lasts longer than it does in newer Animal Crossing games.
Point, they're also like some of the odd decisions in that game. It's kind of like fun to look back on because they could never release a game like that again, where you mail something off and like a day later you can like mail off three things. You mail off five and you get three back a day later. That would never fly. Like people would criticize the hell out of that nowadays,
Yeah,
but
they'd be
I like.
pissed.
Um, I think the you said like having to deal with the circumstances you're given is another great point about that game. I think the reason I'm okay with it in New Horizons is you do have to get pretty far into the game in New Horizons to be able to move all that stuff.
Hmm.
And I think at that point it's just allowing you to keep playing the game longer. It just gives you something
Yeah,
else to
that's
do to
fair.
reorganize. But
Yeah, it's just like
I can't disagree with anything you said about the first one though.
yeah, and it's like every Animal Crossing game, I've played for an extensive amount of time, but unfortunately, New Horizons was the one that had me hooked the least amount of time, which
Mm.
is surprising because it technically has the most content, and that it came out during 2020 COVID lockdown, and you'd think that that's something that you'd be able to easily sink thousands of hours into, and I know many people that did. I have multiple friends and even a couple family members that have like 4 digits clocked into that game, and I don't even think I ever hit 100 hours in it because it just didn't keep my attention the same way the old ones did. So not a bad game, but like if I were to sit down right now and be like, I want to play some Animal Crossing, I would turn on my GameCube. So not my
I would
Switch.
too. It's the best one to jump into and just play for a little bit. Isn't it
Hmm.
crazy that Animal Crossing New Horizons, like it's like one in every three Switch owners has
Oh,
Animal
it's
Crossing New
fucking
Horizons?
bonkers, dude.
Like
Because
almost
it's like
50 million.
Because I think about when I was a kid and I felt like I didn't know anyone else in the world that knew what this game was except for like me, my sisters, and like my one sister's friend who like collect like she went fucking nuts, and I remember she like had her house paid off. She had like all of like the town models that you can get for all like that were technically like in a way like in-game achievements. Like it was fucking nuts. So
Mhm.
but yeah, and then now it's like one of the most well-known popular gaming franchises in the world, and I'm like, man, it's crazy because growing up I felt like that was a
There's a
very niche game.
there's a mobile game for it. Like it's just yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Which I made sure to buy before the price increase too, just in case. So
I
in case
messed
I
up.
ever
I did
feel
not.
like it. Yeah, because I think it's gonna be 20, but it had a $10 introductory price. So I haven't played it again yet, but I got it just in case. So all right, Tyler, give us a take.
All right. Which one
He's like
should I
Animal
do?
Crossing on GameCube is the worst one.
Never played any, but sure, I'll go with that one. So I think going forward, I don't know. People might agree, people might disagree. I'm kind of gonna lead into like two hot takes on this one because it kind of like goes with hand in hand, kind of. So first thing, I think Nintendo should kind of like rebrand Mario Kart and do like a Nintendo Kart type thing, and then if it does well, I think they should eventually do that to the Mario sports games. I know Mario's still like the stand cover of it. You still have Mario front and center, but like make it kind of like I don't know if you would say like a Smash Bros. S type thing, but like just throw more characters in it, make it more of like a Nintendo type game. I feel like it would do really well. I don't know if y'all think it will if you don't have Mario on the cover, but I think it would do
No,
pretty well.
I'm with you. I think if they didn't do Mario Kart 9 and they did Nintendo Kart, I'd be totally down for that. I think that'd be sick as hell.
I think the worry I have with that is like if every game just becomes like Nintendo, like all the Nintendo characters are in there. Like, how do you, like, I'm worried. How are you going to follow up Smash Ultimate? How do you follow that game up? Everything's
Remake
there.
Melee.
How do you
Remake
add,
Melee.
I get what you're
how do
saying.
you add on to it? It's like
Yeah.
it's like if all the sports games have every character ever, like it's just like I don't know. I feel like
That's
it's
valid.
like it'd be great for like one entry, and then you're like, okay, well you got to outdo yourself, and then it's like, how do you outdo that? Like I wonder how they're gonna follow up Smash Ultimate. Like how do you outdo Smash Ultimate?
Yeah.
I
I
can
don't know.
only see them either porting and adding more characters, or making a new game, adding more. I can't see them cutting.
Yeah.
Like,
I told you,
exactly.
remake
You can't-
Melee. Don't change any of the physics or the way it controls, just update the graphics.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It's the
But, like-
only thing I could think of.
That's I don't know. I feel like that's what Nintendo should do. Go into like a Nintendo type feel rather than just like Mario this, Mario that, Mario this, Mario that.
Yeah. I think
think
it
it'd
could
be
become
cool.
overkill, like if they started doing Nintendo Party, different things like that. I do think that there probably should be some sort of limit, but it's like they added Link and some Animal Crossing, Splatoon and stuff to Mario Kart 8, and I'm just like, I feel like if they all fit in pretty naturally, and maybe that's
Yeah,
just
makes
because.
it feel special too. So
Mhm.
it makes
That's
the game
true.
feel unique.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Tyler,
And
I think not to shoot.
uh,
I'm sorry. Just real
no,
quick.
you're
I
fine.
do agree. I would love it if they did that, but I feel like it would be like Nintendo giving you your dessert before you eat, like your vegetables. Like if they just give you what you want right now, it's like I think it would just ruin any future intrigue or like excitement for how they would do new stuff in the future. Like,
Okay.
if they add like Samus to the next Mario Kart. Like, ooh, and you had like a Metroid level. Like, ooh, I wonder what the next Mario Kart's gonna have. But if there's just like a new stage for every character, it'd be incredible, and then I would just never be satisfied again.
That's fair. But I also
That's
feel
fair.
like every time we think Nintendo can outdo themselves, they do. So
Good point. Yeah.
they usually find a way. Every time we think
Nintendo-
that they're like, oh, how could they do better than this? The next one, they're like, oh, they did better than that. Wow.
They're smarter than I am. I actually I would like to take back everything I said.
But,
Nintendo.
So leading on to that one with my other one, the new Donkey Kong design is freaking horrible. All right, like
Really?
that.
I
I
like
know.
it.
I don't know. Maybe I'll grow into it, man. But when I first seen that new Mario Kart trailer, I
I
I
love
don't
that
know.
freak.
It threw me off.
That freak.
And if the next DK game has it in it, which it probably will, I don't know.
Here's my
I
hot
mean,
take.
It'll
I think
grow.
Rare
but-
Donkey Kong looks dumb.
Wow.
Okay, fighting words. Well, it's about that time I gotta get going off this podcast. No. I don't know. I just don't like the new design. Maybe it'll grow on me. Well, like when that game actually comes out and like I get more familiar with seeing it, but just that shock of like the big difference. I don't know. I'm usually all for change and like redesigns and stuff, but that thing just freaked me the hell out.
It is weird they chose their moment to redesign Donkey Kong after 2 decades, right when they are releasing a Donkey Kong theme park with the old Donkey Kong design. Like,
That is very strange.
what? but I don't
You
know.
would have thought. You would have thought maybe you'd do it for a new DK game. If they were Nintendo, you could do a new DK game. You ain't got a
Yep.
remake of a
Hey,
remake.
That might be a soft launch, the new DK game design.
I think that there's going to be a new 3D Donkey Kong game on Switch too, for sure. So
Gotta be something, DK man. I need it. I was gonna say
Yeah,
thriving. That's totally not the word.
I'm with Zach. I like the new DK design, actually, so you're alone on this one, Tyler. I think he's fun looking.
That's fine. That's fine.
Donkey Kong.
Huh?
What if that wasn't Donkey Kong?
It's Donkey Kong Jr.
What if it's Donkey Kong Jr.?
Grown up a little bit. It kind of looks like him, right?
The first Donkey Kong, or the first Mario Kart, Donkey Kong wasn't in it. Donkey Kong Jr. was.
That's true.
And I recently learned in Mario fucking Virtual Boy Tennis, there's no Donkey Kong, but there is Donkey Kong Jr. for some reason. I don't know why.
That's true. They really liked him back in the day.
I don't know. Maybe it'll grow on me. Maybe it won't. But we'll see. I do want that Mario Kart game, though, because with what it's seeming like with 16 players and shit, it'd be good.
It'd be fire.
24.
It's going to be a Mario. Yeah, 24, whatever it was. That's
Although,
why
I gotta say,
for Nintendo karting, throwing a shit ton of characters.
That would make
Yeah,
sense. With 24.
Still not tired of Mario Kart 8, though. I still haven't gotten tired of it after all these years. I still love it.
The sad thing is, Tyler, to fill out the 24 slots that you're actually going to get like, oh, there's red Paratroopa now, not just green Paratroopa. And there's also the Hammer Bro and Fire Bro and Boomerang Bro now.
And Gooigi.
And
Mario
Gooigi.
Kart appearance.
Yeah.
They're going to have like all different color swaps as different character slots. Just here, you got this one, this one.
You'll get a
At
piss
least
gold Daisy.
Well, no, they wouldn't do that. I was gonna say at least let me play as a blooper, but they ain't gonna do that because piss gold. But blooper's an item, so they wouldn't do that. Oh, that would be cool because I loved playing as him at Mario Tennis, or not tennis. Well, he wasn't tennis, but the
he's in
baseball
tennis,
game I was thinking of. Super
Yeah,
Sluggers.
Sluggers. Yeah, Sluggers.
Super Sluggers had an insane freaking character roster. Like,
Yeah, it was fire.
that was man.
I have a somewhat related hot take, Tyler. You
Okay,
talked a lot about Mario. What?
Hit us.
Oh, you talked a lot about Mario Kart. The first good Mario Kart was Double Dash.
Correct.
I think. Okay, so good.
Correct.
I think Super Mario Kart, Super Circuit, and N64 Mario Kart. None of those are fun to play anymore. They're just
No, I don't think so either.
they're just not fun to go back to. And I think maybe if you played them at the time, maybe it'd be kind of fun, but in a sad way. Like, oh, I thought that was fun. That's kind of sad. I think Double Dash is the first good Mario Kart.
No, I'm totally with you. I never played... it's not true. I played a little bit of Mario 64 as a child at my local McDonald's because they had one of those big circles with a bunch of N64s hooked up where all the games were on a timer.
Nick Big Circles?
Yes, correct. So I played a little bit of Mario 64 then, but I never really played it until it was on Switch Online. And I was excited to really try to play it for the first time. And I did not think it was very fun. It controls weird. I like how weird it looks, like the weird sprites over the 3D is kind of fun. But other than the aesthetics, the track design, they're all pretty crappy. Chocolate Mountain is just dark brown mountains.
And fog.
So freaking
Yeah, it's not great.
level, like Toad's Highway or whatever the hell it is.
That one just sucks. It's annoying. It's not
you
fun.
can barely see what's in front of you. You're constantly getting hit by cars, man. It's not fun.
No. Call it a skill issue, but not a fan. I've been trying to play unrelated, but I've been trying to play through Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS lately. That game's hard as shit. I cannot beat almost any of those ones on 150cc. And I am a vetted Mario Kart player, so talking about it now, I'm like, I think there's more bad Mario Karts than there are good Mario Karts.
Mario Kart Tour, best Mario Kart.
Nostalgic for Mario Kart DS. I really liked that one.
I do like that one too. I like Mario Kart DS a lot.
Back to Mario 64 though, I remember like my senior year of high school, we had like a senior picnic type thing, and at this giant like garage shed thing, it was at someone brought a 64 in Mario Kart 64, and I whooped my English teacher at it, and that shit was great. I remember when I seen him at it was the Tears of the Kingdom launch. I ran into him at GameStop at the midnight launch, and he was just like, there's the Mario Kart like champion. I was about to say the school name, but I don't want to dox myself right there.
Dox yourself.
But yeah, that was kind of funny. I was like, oh, you remember.
But yeah, that's funny. Zach, that was actually one of the ones I had on my list, so I'm glad you said it. Yeah,
Right.
So you're not alone. Not a hot take on this show. The rest of y'all, though, might be angry, but especially Mario Kart Super Circuit and Super Mario Kart suck ass. So
Yeah, I think those ones a lot of people can agree. Yeah, those aren't fantastic, but I see a lot of people who are like Mario Kart 64 is
yeah,
the best one. Like I don't know, man. Like
yeah, a lot of people stand by that one, and I'm not huge on it, so I
yeah,
get
I
that.
don't know.
I definitely get that. All right, let's see. What do I want to share next? Um, I know I've talked about it a bit on the show before, but I figure Zach could try to defend himself here a little bit. Mario 64 is a 10 out of 10 for the first half of the game and a 6 out of 10 for the second half.
Okay.
I think Tyler agrees with me for the most part. We've talked
I
about
don't
this, so
I don't like disagree that the second half of the castle isn't as good. I can just get through that mentally a little easier because I just love the game so much. I think just the fact that Mario is always so fun to control gets me through a lot of it. The fact that I can triple jump and dive gets me through like any problems that game has. But yeah, Wet Dry World sucks. The camera and TikTok clock sucks. Rainbow Ride is slow
yeah,
as hell and
Rainbow Ride might be one of my least favorite levels in a 3D platformer ever.
It's frustrating. It's slow. TikTok clock climbing up to the top of the clock and then falling down is lame. Getting the 100 coins in TikTok clock is not fun.
Oh, no, it sucks.
I always forget. I can never remember the name of this one because it's just so unmemorable. The second snow level.
Oh yeah,
with like the big snowman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care about any of those levels. Those
Zach,
stages
you're pretty much
because-
not defending yourself. You're pretty much agreeing with us.
yeah, I'm kind of surprised.
No, like I'm saying, like I can see where you're coming from. That that game has a lot of problems in the second half, but I think the fact that Mario is just so fun to control gets me through those pains. And at least like the first star in each one, just like kind of getting to the end of the level, is still pretty fun. And also the absolute perfection that is the first half of the castle and the slides gets me. It like makes up for it in my opinion.
Yeah, because it's like every time I want to replay Mario 64, I get about halfway and I quit. So
What's the other one? I think one of my least favorite levels though is Hazy Maze Cave.
yeah, that one's annoying too.
Yeah, jumping into the weird tar pit's cool though. I don't know why there's a weird tar pit to hell, but that's cool.
Super weird. Good times, but yeah, that's I know so many people just adore this game. So, but every single time I replay, every single time once I get there, I'm just like, I had enough. Like, I'm good.
They had that
And then I
trouble with
move on.
Sunshine also. Like Sunshine has a pretty good start. I think Bianco Hills and Rico Harbor are really really fun. And then like by the hotel level sucks in Sunshine. And then
I'm just not huge on Sunshine personally, so
Yeah. yeah, I think the back half of that game is just not great. But 64 I can get through the back half a little easier. But I don't know.
yeah. I'd like to try to beat Sunshine one day. I've never actually finished it because I never want to.
Okay, Cliff,
120
into an
started that.
episode on.
120 started that game. It was
Awful, I'd
Like-
assume.
some of the last ones are frustrating because it's just some frustrating levels. Like the pachinko machine always is annoying.
Oh, that's horseshit.
Yeah, the physics are just bad and broken.
Shout out to my boy Flood.
You boy Flood.
Bring Flood back.
He should be playable in Mario Kart 9.
Exactly.
That's how you make the next Smash Bros. Better, too. Make Flood a playable character.
Dude, what if Mario
him.
Kart
What?
just had Flood blasting out water at the back? That'd be badass.
That would be fire.
Man.
Tyler, what's your next take? Or are you out of takes?
I got one more, and I kind of feel like we were talking about this like a little bit before when we were talking about like the NSO thing, but about like ports and stuff. But I feel like Nintendo should calm down with the ports and do more remakes and remasters, because again, there's like a lot more people in this hobby now, like playing games. I feel like it would be a lot better. Yeah, you got all these ports now; it's pretty cool, but like there's a lot of other games kind of going on to our next episode with revivals and stuff that I feel if they got remade or something, it would bring a lot of new light and a lot of more different charm and variety and stuff into like, I don't know, the gaming space, you could say. I just feel like we need more remasters compared to just ports.
I mean, it's easy money for them, right? That's
Yeah.
what it is. But
It's not that hard
feel-
to do. I mean,
I feel like we're not getting a lot of ports though. I don't know if I even agree with you on that. Like I feel like
early
early Switch life we did, but you
That's-
know, within the last maybe 4 or 5 years, I can't think of that many games that were just straight up ports.
there's a lot of third-party ports.
yeah,
That's
A lot of
true.
people, a lot of people third-party port to the Switch.
That's true.
that one I was kind of thinking mainly not just Nintendo, but
No, that's valid. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. I'm like, because you know we just got Donkey Kong Country Returns.
I
Again,
will
what
say,
else I mean, we're getting
has-
Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, but
Nintendo's kind of carved out this niche for themselves where it's like they will continue to get ports. When the Switch 2 comes out, they're going to get Elden Ring, they're going to get Final Fantasy 7 Remake,
That's
they're going to get
true.
Street Fighter 6. They're going to get all the games that weren't playable on the Switch, and they're going to keep
Yeah.
getting ports. I think the port thing, though, I'm of two minds. Of course, I want new games, and I want bigger, better remasters. Like Metroid Prime Remaster, that's a freaking port. That was a lot of work. Donkey Kong Country Returns. That game came out, probably 15 years ago now. There's a lot of new 8-year-olds since then who haven't played that game. They can just throw it on there, and someone's parents will buy them. A game probably sold 3 million copies or some stupid shit.
it's true.
But I mean, it's just like I get it from like a business perspective, and maybe that money helps them. Maybe that money does help them ideally make a new game in a series. I don't know, but maybe
Shout
some
out to
more
Donkey
remasters
Kong
for this.
Returns.
no, take that back.
That last boss was frustrating. I just beat that game, and that last boss sucks. I hated that shit.
I still need to play it. Never played it in any
It's on
way,
two
shape, or
different
form.
systems, so
Cool,
Go
but it
for
was
I'm
it.
gonna
really
play it on
cool.
3DS when I do play it, so I don't need the Switch version. It seems a little unnecessary, honestly.
I think it's funny that game and Luigi's Mansion 2 are both like the most expensive versions of themselves on the Switch.
It's so stupid.
crazy.
And that was awkward because it's like Luigi's Mansion 1 is just the oddball missing on the Switch. It's like, why did they have to make that for 3DS? It's so weird.
I also love that Luigi's Mansion 2 was called Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, and then they just called it Luigi's Mansion 2 on the Switch because
Yeah.
they didn't want to like confuse people after 3 to think it was like the fourth one.
Yeah.
So they just
Because originally
gave
it
the
was
title.
called 2, I think, in other countries, just not here for some reason.
was it?
Very
Okay.
strange. Yeah. Let's see. Do I have any takes? Oh, this is Zach's turn. Zach, give us a take.
I've got one left.
One left.
Um,
One left take.
I feel strongly enough on this that I made a whole video on it. I think the Switch has the best first-party lineup of any Nintendo console, and it's not even kind of close. I think it basically clears every other Nintendo console as far as the breadth of its library. I think it has the best 3D Mario. I think it has the best 3D Zelda. Has the best 2D Metroid. The best Smash. The best Mario Kart. I already said the best Animal Crossing. Has my favorite Fire Emblem. Has the best Kirby game.
Does it have the
I
best
think-
original Donkey Kong? game?
You are
No,
saying a lot
no.
of incorrect things right now.
No, I'm just saying.
But I'll let
I
you
think-
keep going.
I think it doesn't have the best of every series, but it has the largest chunk of best of series on the Switch.
No. No, I'd give it to either the GameCube or 3DS, I think,
So GameCube.
over the Switch.
So what's like the top 5 GameCube games? First party Nintendo GameCube games.
Animal Crossing, Fire Emblem Path of
Crossing.
Radiance. I don't know, I'm put on the spot, I gotta think about it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on
Wind
I didn't mean to put you on
Waker,
the
my
spot.
favorite Zelda, Wind Waker. Obviously Metroid Prime is an all-time great as well. Resident Evil 4 started as a GameCube exclusive.
Okay.
It has the only for GameCube logo.
Okay, give it like another first party for the fifth
Another
one.
first party. Mario Kart Double Dash. That's
Okay,
Mario
so
Kart.
incredible 5 games. I think Mario Kart's better than Double Dash. I've already said New Horizons is better than Animal Crossing. Fire Emblem Three Houses is my favorite game ever. I love Path of
Yeah,
Radiance.
super biased.
I think Tears of the Kingdom is better than Wind Waker as much as I love Wind
Fuck
Waker.
no.
And
Fuck no.
And Metroid Prime Remastered is more fun to play on the Switch than it is on the GameCube.
Tears of the Kingdom is not better than Wind Waker.
Tears of the Kingdom is the best Zelda game ever made.
Oh my god. You're gonna make me cry.
Tears of the Kingdom's like a top 5 for me.
I don't even know if it'd be top 10 for me.
That's fair. I mean, we don't have to like this, the same exact games, but
Yeah, we do.
I love Wind
If
Waker.
we have different opinions, we can't be friends, Zach.
I love Wind Waker. Tears of the Kingdom is the best Zelda game. Where else can you just make a stupid flying vehicle and spawn at the top of the map and fly off and crash and look like an idiot?
Yeah, but when
That's
I play a Zelda game, I don't want to fucking play Lego building blocks and shit. I want to
Well,
go
then
have
you
fun
don't
in a well-crafted dungeon, which doesn't exist in Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay, the dungeons in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, you got me. I won't. I mean,
They're ass.
the dungeons are not fun. The direction of like adding a bunch of like mini dungeons for the shrines from a gameplay of like how those games are made makes sense. I still prefer the bigger dungeons. Yes,
And I mean,
I
like,
won't defend that.
in Tears of the Kingdom, you can like solve dungeons in a multitude of ways. We've seen that on somebody's stream. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh gosh, that was my favorite stream ever.
No, I see your opinion on the Switch lineup, and I respect it. But I don't know. I just like I said, the games that you named better on Switch. I think it's like for me, it's like all the GameCube examples. I think I'd say are the better entries. So that is where I
Sunshine better
stand.
than Odyssey?
No, definitely not. Odyssey is the best 3D Mario, actually. So
Yeah.
that is one I will agree with you on. Tyler, how do you feel about this take?
What about Ultimate and Melee?
Uh,
You do think Melee's better than Ultimate?
In terms of actually the way it feels and plays, yeah, I'd still give it to Melee. I think that no game feels like Melee does.
That's
No
true.
game has or ever will control the way that Melee does, and you'll never understand it until you play it for an extended amount of time and like get it. Like it's too specific. You can't compare.
It was perfect, and then all of its flaws were also perfect.
Exactly.
The flaws like made it better
Yeah.
somehow.
Every
So, yeah.
mistake that was programmed into Melee somehow made it better, and that'll never happen again because it wasn't on purpose.
So, I'm kind of leaning towards Zach on this one.
Fuck you.
Ultimate is definitely better than Double Dash. Double Dash is good, but I mean no.
Or Deluxe, Mark 8
But-
Deluxe,
Yeah.
8 Deluxe.
Yeah, Mario
I said
Kart 8
Ultimate,
Deluxe.
yeah,
is
8
definitely,
Deluxe.
yeah. You know,
I love the double rider mechanic. That'll always be top tier for me.
It
so.
was cool, but I don't know. I feel like Deluxe just did it better. I mean, not double because there's you got one rider, but anyway, Ultimate better than Melee.
How we feel about Kirby? I said it has the best Kirby game. How we feel
Kirby?
about that?
I
Should I tell you one of my other hot takes?
Never played a Kirby game.
You don't like Forgotten Land?
No, but I still think Kirby 64 is the best Kirby game.
Dude, Kirby 64 made me almost throw up. I did not like that game. Why? Why is it this ugly 3D side scroller? I don't understand.
It's not ugly.
It looks.
You think it's ugly? It's
It looks like-
stylized.
It looks like when you have like a nephew who makes something at school and like, look what I made. You're like, oh, that's cute. Like that's what it looks like.
Hard disagree. No,
I-
actually,
I-
to be
I
fair,
have-
my take I wrote down was that it's the best retro Kirby game. I still actually think Planet Robobo's probably the best, but I do love Kirby 64. So
I will say I think I've been on record. I didn't like Kirby 64, but I also didn't give it I probably didn't give it the most fair shot. I need to go back to it. But
sorry, Tyler, keep going. Didn't mean
Yeah.
to interrupt.
Oh, you're good. I mean, I just feel like a lot of my favorite games from different franchises, they are a little scattered, but most of them, if they were on one system, it would probably be the Switch.
Well, here's the real question that matters to all of us: Path of Radiance or Three Houses?
all three houses.
No, but I'm talking about Tyler. I'm not sure where he stands.
I mean, shit.
Hilda, Hilda, Hilda.
We
Hilda,
like Ike.
Hilda.
We like Ike.
I don't know. I feel
Hilda
like-
is pretty goated, though. I'll give you that.
I just like she chants her own name when she kills somebody.
I forget her name. Who was the girl with the purple hair for Edelgard's class? I liked her a lot. It was like
Dora-
started with a P.
Is Dorothea?
No, she's the other one I like, but it's a girl with like dark purple hair. Starts with a P.
Oh, the one who's like the tribal one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the exchange student.
Yeah. I can't remember, but those two are my favorites in Three Houses. I like those a lot. Those two were my faves. Yeah, Tyler, which one? What's it gonna be? Path of Radiance to Three Houses, gun to your head. Who are you choosing, father number 1 or father number 2? Which house are you
Petra.
going to for Christmas?
It's Petra.
Petra? Okay.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
which dad are you gonna go with from your divorced gay dads? Who are you going over for Christmas?
I'm gonna.
Was it at least amicable? Oh, we do hate each other.
No, I fucking hate you.
Okay. Okay.
Man, this episode really brought out the thing.
This has been fun.
Yeah, it's been fun. Zach, when's dinner?
Damn. Damn.
This
was
dad
cold.
has better games. This dad has better games to play after we're done.
That's fucked up. Remember which dad has the Vita set, bitch.
It's true.
Taking the Vita games with me. I took the Vita at the divorce.
Don't worry. Don't worry, Dad number 2. Soon I'll have a Vita set, and we could just bring it together with the
Man.
Virtual Boy set, and we'll live it forever. We won't have no Barbie Gloom and Glam, but the only one that'll be down in the gloom will be this guy over here. Well, it's over here in your screen, but
Roasted.
what else you got, Craig?
Heartless.
I know you got more. Still love you though.
I do
I mean,
have
your
more.
shitty Pokemon opinion kind of killed
Whoa.
my process on you, but
Oh, whatever.
still love you. Still love you.
I don't know. Should I read them all off? Should we go into detail? Should I quick
At
fire?
least
All
fire
right,
them off and see if we have opinions. Yeah.
Yeah, if we have opinions, then we'll go into detail.
I see. First one you guys may. I don't know if you guys would, but I put that the Game Gear is better than the Game Boy. I definitely
Oh,
believe that.
hard disagree. Oh, God.
I don't have much experience with the Game Gear,
Also-
so I mean, I can't really say much, but
The Game Gear's great. It has a better library.
better
It has a
battery life?
screen that you could actually see.
Are we counting Game Boy or Game Boy is Game Boy Color count?
Yeah. Overall game, just Game Boy,
Including
Game
the
Boy
Game
Color.
Boy Color.
Yeah, I'd still say the Game Gear is better than them.
So we have 3 Zeldas. We have all the Gen 1, Gen 2 Pokemons. We have
And that's
two
it.
two great side scroller Marios. We have Mario's Picross.
That's your defense, Mario's Picross.
Mario's Picross is incredible. Mario's Picross is incredible.
Oh my god.
oh man,
No.
I'm going with Dad number 2 again.
Oh my god. Whatever.
I
For
mean,
Mario's Picross.
I mean, not
That's
for
what
Mario
got him.
Picross.
He was
No,
walking
no,
with you, and
no,
I said it, and he went, oh, and he like,
It was like that meme
Nah.
with that girl like looking back, like
yeah. When I said Mario's Picross, he looked back.
just walking with
No,
Craig.
the Sonic selection is great on there. Tempo Junior is a great game. There's a port of Rystar, which is basically like a demake of my favorite Genesis game, which I think is awesome. Defenders of Oasis are really cool. Turn-based RPG in a unique setting. Tons of good stuff on there, so I like the Game Gear quite a lot. I have a
We
really
can-
fancy backlit LCD model. I love that thing.
Well, you can carry that thing around in your suitcase and your 6 AA batteries. Or the
I
hell
know
it
it's the
needs.
size of my fucking Steam Deck. But I still love it. I also have Earthbound is the best Super Nintendo RPG, but I put an asterisk because who knows? Maybe that'll change after I play Chrono Trigger. I'm really liking Chrono Trigger, so
Yeah, I
We'll
can't,
definitely
can't really
see.
say because I feel like the best 3 Super Nintendo RPGs are ones I haven't fully finished with like Final Fantasy VI, Chrono Trigger, and Earthbound. I've like haven't finished
That's
any of
valid.
those games.
yeah. And the main reason I put that as a hot take is just because I think most people would say Chrono Trigger won the Final Fantasies, but I think Earthbound just stands supreme. I have Zelda 2 is better than Zelda 1 because I do think that. I enjoy Zelda. I enjoyed my time with Zelda 2 more than I enjoyed my time with Zelda 1.
That's kind of fucked up.
I think the music's better. I love the side-scrolling. The gameplay in the dungeons, I think it's really cool. I like the leveling up mechanic. Obviously, it's super obtuse and hard, but so is Zelda 1, and I just think that Zelda 2 is more creative, more memorable. Enemy design, not so much dungeons. They both have pretty lame dungeons, in my opinion. Not really anything memorable about them. Because they're all kind of just the same, but laid out differently in different colors. And there's a special kind of jank in Zelda 2 that I like the weird bad translations and different things like that. I prefer Zelda 2.
Fight like a horseman for some reason.
Oh my god, yeah, the Horseman.
How hard would a slightly spruced up, some quality of life features added Zelda 1, Zelda 2 combo pack go? Like, just like make the games a little more playable and like get out some of the awful jank and like a little bit more direction sometimes. I think those games would be good with a little remaster.
Yeah, that's the thing about those games is they're basically impossible without a guide. Because you were kind of expected to play them with the manual of the game in hand, right? So,
yep. Zelda 2, I would never beat without guide and save states. I would never beat it.
Could you beat Zelda 1 without a guide and save states?
I think I could get all the way if I like hated myself. I could get all the way to Dungeon 8, and then Dungeon 8 is just complete nonsense without a guide.
You would not know to burn that stupid random bush that you have to burn in Zelda 1.
Fair enough. I think. Well, I know that one through like the age old like somebody told me that one like sure the first time if I was playing it with no outside knowledge, no, I would never burn that bush.
Exactly. That's the issue with the two NES Zeldas is they're just way too obtuse in that way. But yeah, I thought that Zelda 2 was more creative and interesting. So there's a lot of so shout out to the weird random 2s on the NES: Mario 2, Zelda 2, Castlevania 2,
Fire Emblem 2.
Yeah,
Fire Emblem 2 is a dungeon crawler.
That's true. You're right. I played through about half of a translation of Fire Emblem 2 on an emulator way back when, and I remember just thinking how strange it was. But it's really cool to play that, and then you play Echoes on 3DS and see how fleshed out they made it. So
yeah,
still need to go back and finish Echoes. I got stuck on that one map months ago that I told you about, and then I never went back because I was so annoyed at it. So need to finish that. Let's see. This is a point that I don't totally know if I could defend it, so I'll say it anyway. But this one just kind of came to mind more than I really have passion towards this opinion. Twilight Princess is great in every aspect except for its dungeons. I love the music. I think it has a bit of a cooler story, a cool graphical style, atmosphere, everything. But I couldn't tell you a damn thing about any dungeon in that game because I don't remember almost any of them except for the Sky Temple. Was really cool. But other than that, pretty unmemorable.
I haven't played that game since launch, so that's the one I really need to go back and re-experience. I also don't remember much about it.
Tyler?
Haven't played it.
Alright, there we go. And the last one I have, just because I know a lot of people disagree with it, I put the 3-day time cycle in Majora's Mask as great game design.
I think it definitely... I didn't finish Majora's Mask. I only played through like half of it. I think it definitely differentiates it from Ocarina of Time. It makes it like a whole new game rather than just like doing the same thing again. I think it... I did like when I played through the first dungeon and I got reset, I was like, oh, that sucks. But then I was like, oh, but now I know how to do the dungeon. And I did it in like 15 minutes. So that was a cool feeling. Makes you feel like you're learning the game feels more rewarding.
That's valid.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I feel like a lot of people hate it, but I kind of feel like it was a cool mechanic they added. Kind of like Zach said, to kind of differentiate it.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the repeating world and that you could do things over and over again. There's many things you like, because in a lot of these kind of games, you beat a dungeon or you do a side quest and it's done, it's gone forever. I think it's kind of fun that you could redo stuff that you like on the same profile or do the same thing over and over again to get more of the same reward if you want this, that, the other. But I'm very excited for us to do our Majora's Mask episode inevitably, so that's going to be a fun one.
I need to finally finish that game, so I'll be excited for that.
Yeah, I started a replay of it right after we did our Ocarina of Time episode on this show last year, but I didn't finish it the whole way through just because I felt a little Zelda'd out, but maybe we could do that kind of in sync with maybe a year after we do the Ocarina one. That'd be kind of cool.
Sure.
Yeah. That's all I got written down. So those are our takes. But we do have some takes from the audience, which is also very fun and exciting. We got 3 write-ins, which is perfect. So thank you for those who wrote in. I'll go first. Zach, if you want to read the second one, and Tyler, you could go ahead and read the third one. We don't have any horrifying breedable Pokemon to talk about this time, so that's good. Our first write-in is from Patrick. He said, "This is Patrick. He said, well, I revealed my first hot take, Pokemon is overrated, last week, so here's my second. Smash Brothers is just okay. While it's fun to fight as random characters, the controls aren't very well thought out and the damage system isn't balanced. Another hot take. Ocarina of Time is not the best Zelda. It's not even top 5. Yes, it was great for its time, but it did not age well like Mario 64 and other games from the time, and overall, its luster has dimmed in my eyes. Alright, so, we talked about his Pokemon hatred last week a little bit, so let's start with Smash Bros. How do we feel about his Smash Bros take?
I mean,
I disagree, but
I absolutely disagree.
Patrick, you're just not playing with enough friends or something, man. Like I mean, I'm always willing to play with you if you ever need somebody to play with rather than just yourself. But yeah.
Also, I do think, I mean, every character having like how many different moves does every character have? They have like all the new, like, they have like up, forward, aft, down, and neutral for like B and A. They have all the smash attacks, and I feel like there's
tilts.
fun. Yeah, tilts. Yeah, and I feel like there's fun in the imbalance too. Like if a fighting game was perfectly balanced and every character was as good as every other character, it wouldn't be as fun. Part of the fun is some characters being bad and having goofy moves.
And part of the fun is whooping the ass of somebody who's playing like the most broken character too.
Oh yeah,
there's something rewarding about that too. But I mean I think that Smash Bros is I think that the controls are well thought out. I think that there's a lot of love and care put into everything, in terms of like, hit detection, hit boxes, cooldowns for different moves, different things like that. And I think that the damage system is great. I love the weird percentage thing Smash Bros. Has going on just because it differentiates itself from traditional fighting games. And I think you just need to play a little bit more Smash Bros. I think you just don't get it, Patrick.
Ooh, that's everyone's favorite thing to hear is you just don't get it.
Don't get it. No, I totally understand if it's not for you. I just definitely disagree. I love Smash. So.
I also love Smash. So.
And his hot take on Ocarina, that's not a top 5 Zelda. How do you guys feel about that?
I thought about it. I was thinking of my top 5 Zeldas, and I think I do agree with him. I think it's not a top 5 on my list. I have.
You're a bitch.
I have Tears of the Kingdom. I have Link to the Past. I have Breath of the Wild. I have Oracle of Ages. And then maybe it's 5. Maybe Wind Waker's 5. I don't know. Like it's.
If Wind Waker is 5, that's okay. It's acceptable.
So I only played like 5 Zelda games, so it would definitely be in the top 5.
But would it be your number 5?
No,
He's thinking.
I don't
He's
think
thinking.
so.
Let's be clear here, though. Top 5 of a series as like storied as Zelda is still really freaking good. Like
no, totally.
Like there's like 20 good Zelda games. Like top 5 is still like.
But then like. I don't know. I feel like where you said it didn't age well as Mario 64, yeah, maybe it didn't age well as that. But after going back and playing it last year, I still feel like it aged kind of decent. Like, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of revisionist history with Ocarina of Time of people being like, actually, it sucks. That's definitely... I mean, really, that's all Aaron Hansen, so thank you, Game Grumps, for that one. But it's not that bad.
There's just a lot of bait there too, because Ocarina of Time is like if you like gun to the head of like the video game community, what's the best game ever made? The consensus would probably say Ocarina of Time.
And then everyone's like, actually.
The hive mind would agree on Ocarina of Time. That would be the one. It's the only game with a 99 on Metacritic, which is never going to happen again. But yeah, it's easy bait for the whole like it's not actually that blah blah.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Zach, want to go ahead and read the next one?
I'm glad that the one I got to read this week didn't make me drink.
And it's not 3 pages long.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, from Jason. Hello there, fellow Nintendo hot takers Craig and Tyler, and mild mentioner Zach. That is true. I was like, I'm such a Nintendo fanboy. I was like, I can't talk bad about Nintendo.
Like they've never done anything wrong.
I'm running in to give some of my Nintendo hot takes that you guys may not have said on the show today. Now, as you guys may know from my write-ins, I don't have any hot takes, just realistic truths. That even goes for that remake that everyone talks about. Here it goes.
I was telling Tyler before the show, I was like, did Jason write this? Because I don't see a dig at remake at the end. And then he was
Does
like,
he-
oh yeah,
he's
he
early.
stuck it in the middle this time.
He spared me. I can enjoy the rest of the message. He's gonna hit me a second time. Well, bam! Just anyway. But here goes.
Sucker punch.
My first Nintendo hot take would be that The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild is a great. Oh, is sorry.
I think it's
My
supposed to
first-
isn't.
Isn't a great or the best Zelda game?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with the negative side and say he's saying it's not a good Zelda game. It's not for him. Okay, he does say that. Well, no, it's not for me. It's one of the worst Zelda games ever made. The game mechanics are awful. I think I have to climb everywhere. It's so slow. The stamina meter was an awful idea. Okay. It's an open world Zelda game with absolutely nothing to do, no real dungeons, not a lot of side quests, and just takes forever to get anywhere. I'd rather play Zelda CDI games than Breath of the Wild again. Whew. Okay.
Ooh.
For my second Nintendo hot take would be that I do like and enjoy the Nintendo Switch. I don't believe it to be I don't believe it to be a called portable system. To me, a portable system is something I can fit in my pocket, like a GBA DS and 3DS systems did. I can kind of see that. I don't think you can really call it a portable system if I had to carry a separate bag or carrier. I wish Nintendo would just have a standard powerful home console and a separate handheld again, and be leaders in the gaming industry like they once were. I think that's enough Nintendo hot takes or Nintendo truths for one day. Happy belated Mario Day.
Or Nintendo truce.
I have a couple comments on the Switch. I'm a Switch fanboy, as you've probably taken from this episode. People always say like that Nintendo doesn't like, oh, Nintendo's not the market leader. Nintendo doesn't run the game industry. Well, Nintendo is still like Nintendo, and they're about to have the best-selling console ever with the Switch. And I think I bring the Switch everywhere I go. I'm a freak. I bring it in the car. If I'm in the passenger seat, Switch goes in there and it goes in the glove box. No one go in my car and check the glove box. I bring it with me.
Please don't rob me.
Anytime I have a chance, backpacks are easy to carry around. Switch is in my backpack at all times. I'm never without of arm's reach of my Switch unless I'm like going to work. That's the one place it doesn't go with me.
Is it an arm's reach of you right now?
Yeah, it's literally right here.
Hell yeah.
I'm at my game desk. Of course, it's in arm's reach.
This is true.
So part of me wants to agree with him saying he wishes they had a standard powerful home console and separate handheld again. Because it was cool to kind of have those two different worlds. But I think that them combining those worlds kind of leads to your thing, Zach, where you're like, this is the best Nintendo's ever been. Best output, best first-party library. I think that we've led to that kind of Nintendo being, here with us now because they went down to one SKU of consoles to develop for.
And I will say I am a little worried because, like you said, the Switch is barely portable. You do have to carry like a backpack or a case, something. It's not like a pocketable system, 100%. The Switch Lite is closer to being a pocketable system. I'm worried on the Switch 2 because that thing is larger than the Switch by a good margin larger. So that's going to be even less portable. If they could somehow figure out a way to have like a Nintendo Switch 2 mini that is like a clamshell and like serve that audience to like, if I could put it in my pocket, I would love that. But who knows if we'll be able to get something like
Maybe
that.
that's why that patent for that dual screen, man.
Dude,
Maybe.
if in like 5 years we have a Switch 2 that fits in my pocket, that'd be a dream. But
And talking about his Breath of the Wild take,
Craig,
I don't agree, but it's
Oh,
definitely
that's
not my favorite Zelda. So
Yeah, I knew you weren't the biggest fan of like open world Zeldas.
no, it's fine. I guess it's just I would much rather have, what Zelda was from A Link to the Past to Skyward Sword opposed to what we have now. I'm picking with my open world games, like I've said before, and I don't exactly think that Zelda is the open world formula in a very exciting way, personally. So
yeah, I don't think they can keep making Zelda games like this. I think they do need to go back to real structured
Yeah.
dungeons at some point. Like I agree with that. Like even like Echoes of Wisdom. I don't know if y'all played that. The dungeons. I mean, the dungeons have keys and doors and stuff like that. But you can solve all the puzzles with. The whole point is you have all these echoes. You can do it however you want.
Mhm.
So it's like solving a top-down Zelda dungeon with like Tears of the Kingdom mechanics.
yeah, that's how I felt with the small amount I did play. Was it felt like they're trying to kind of find a middle between 2D classic Zelda and the open world style in terms of like puzzle solving specifically.
Yep. But I mean, I do think Breath of the Wild is a lot of empty space. I think it's part of the fun is getting lost in the empty space. I do think the climbing's fun because I think like seeing something and being like, can I get up there now or should I come back later? And climbing over stuff to get around enemies or getting around whatever it may be. I think it's a fun mechanic, but.
I used to get so annoyed though when I thought I could make it and then it would start raining and I'd be like,
"Oh
fuck
yeah,
this
it rains in 5 minutes." Yeah.
Yeah, good times. All right, last write-in, Tyler, from Anonymous.
Anonymous says Zelda peaked on the NES. Late Zeldas are baby easy and lack exploration, adventure, and mystery.
Gotta be a troll, right? I don't think this is right at all.
I mean, sir, I don't think you played any of the Zelda games, but it's kind of all I got to say. Especially like exploration, like when there's open world Zelda games out there.
Yeah, I feel like you must have not played. If what you like about NES Zeldas are the exploration, the adventure, and the mystery, and the difficulty, then Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom would be tailor-made for you. Because those games aren't easy. Yeah. I would not say that those games are easy, especially if you guys have ever played the DLC for Breath of the Wild. Jesus fucking Christ, is it hard. Like, holy shit. I couldn't finish it. I literally didn't have it in me. It was tough as shit. So it's
really
like...
hard at the start when you're like getting materials and you're low on hearts and stuff. Eventually you snowball, but beginning it's real hard.
But yeah, if that's your opinion, then I'm assuming you haven't played the new Zeldas, and you probably should. You'll like them more than I did, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the show, boys. Unless you have any last-minute shocking opinions to share.
The DSi was a downgrade to the DS Lite.
Depends on what way you look at it.
You lost the GBA slot.
Yeah, but the screens were so nice on the DSi. They looked so fucking good.
Losing a GBA slot is pretty bad.
I feel like losing the GBA slot pretty much did it in, dude.
Yeah, but...
I would rather be able to play two different systems rather than have a little bit of a bigger screen.
True, but it also just looked way nicer, too. And I loved all the weird little applications on the DSi. The weird audio thing you could mess with and stuff. It was fun. I played around with that a lot when I was younger.
It looked only nice enough to get 3 specific DSi games.
That's fair. I heavily associate it with Rhythm Heaven, though, because I remember I got Rhythm Heaven and the DSi on the same day. So, nostalgia.
That's my last-minute hot take.
Blinded by nostalgia.
Hey, it happens.
Yes. Well,
this game
next week. Yes. Next week we'll be talking about Most Wanted Retro Revivals. Make sure you write in.
Not next week, just so y'all know we're not going out a little.
I apologize. I'm a little tired right now. I can't lie to you guys. The time change was this week, and I'm still a little fucked up waking up an hour earlier than I'm used to.
I just got adjusted after not having a job back to waking up early, and then they're like,
"Yeah, you gotta wake up earlier." It's brutal.
I was like, man.
But yes, in 2 weeks we will be talking about Most Wanted Retro Revivals. So make sure you go to the description of this video and write in game series or games that you would like to see come back in the modern day. Zach, goodbye to you.
Craig, goodbye to you.
Tyler, goodbye to you, friend.
Audience.
Oh, he gets friend?
You pissed me off.
He's trying to pull me back to his dinner. He's trying to get me out of your dinner.
I miss you, son.
He's very cordial. Zach.
They have...
We had a really rough divorce.
So long, farewell. No, but yeah. Audience, farewell.
Yes, and then also episode 27. Don't forget, we're gonna be doing Chrono Trigger. So make sure you play some Chrono Trigger so you could write in with your thoughts, opinions, listen to the show. We're all going to be experiencing what's considered one of the greatest games of all time, which is very exciting.
Also, I want to know, if you're still listening, Write in the comments. I want to see this comment section have at least 5 comments. I want to know, do you prefer Virtual Console or NSO? I feel like that was
Let
one of
us
the
know.
most heated debates. So I want to know your guys' answer.
You're gonna
And
see
also, let us know why Gen 3 has the worst starters. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you share it with your friend, your coworker, your grandma. I'm sure they all enjoy it. And we'll see you all in 2 weeks. Take care.
Adios.
I didn't have no Gen 3 starters nearby to grab.